like usually Corey do, y'all. But here we go. We live. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow back with the Boxing Clinic and more. Back with some new faces. Probably had 2 more people jumping on. Hey, the brother Trey X, introduce yourself and tell them where they can find you at real quick.
Oh shit, what's up with y'all, man? It's your boy Trey X. Shout out to the LDBC. Shit, I really don't be making no videos, you know what I'm saying? But I might start, so shit, you can just to me at Trey X.
Go ahead, Monty Brown. They already know you, but go ahead and reintroduce yourself.
Y'all know it's the boy Monty Brown, man. Y'all follow me at Monty Brown TV. Y'all know that new movement, hashtag ANSBC movement, man. We here to give y'all this knowledge, man.
Oh, yeah. Ain't nobody safe box community. Shout out to that whole new movement. And go ahead, Black. Introduce yourself.
What's good, man? Black Horse Promotions, man. You know, I be doing videos. Been at it for a minute. But appreciate you having me on the platform, man. You know what I mean? But, you know, I got a website. I'm mostly, you know, YouTube. You know, I go live as well. But, yeah, I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I follow all of them, but I've been following Moni and Black for a minute, like what they're doing. But, yeah, we're going to talk about this. For sure. We're going to talk about this Isaac Dog. I'm calling him Dogboe. I can get mad. And whatever y'all want to say, I ain't pronouncing this wrong, right? His name Dogboe on the Dogboe in the boxing clinic, dog. That's what we call him. We call him Dogboe, man. So we're gonna talk about that fight. We know he dog walked Jesse, and Jesse we thought he was gonna win. You know, Jesse looked pretty good early on. He was scoring a knockdown, and then it seemed like Dogboe was getting a lot of momentum, and Jesse started boxing him well, but he couldn't maintain that distance and timing. Moni Brown to get a chance to see that fight, but overall, you know, Black and Trey X. What y'all overall think of the card first, and then give me your reaction to Dogboe and Jesse. Go ahead, Black.
Which card you talking about? The Danny Jacobs and Jermell? No,
that was the ESPN card, wasn't it?
Yeah, yep, ESPN, yep, Jesse.
ESPN card.
Yep, Jesse and
Jesse
Dogboe.
Hart and Brian Jennings and
yeah. You could talk about the Hart, the Jennings. You could talk about the overall. Jennings took on some guy that just straight came out of practice, and then Jesse took on a Desmond guy from Maryland.
So yeah, so that card, yeah. So Jennings, man, you know, I don't know if he had a little bit of rust or whatnot, but yeah, he seemed like he had a tough little time with it was like a battle of Philly or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But dude was tough, man. You know, he was a tough little dude in there. You know what I'm saying? He gave him, you know, he went the distance with him all 10 rounds, and you know, he was able to take Brian Jennings punches, and you know, he was able to land some shots on Jennings, but overall Jennings kind of controlled him, you know, with his boxing ability, and he used his height. I didn't like that Jennings was getting on the inside with that guy, you know, the shorter dude. I think he could have had an easier time, but like I said, I don't know if it was ring rust or whatnot, but I mean, he still got the job done. And then you know, as far as the other fight, that was with Magdaleno, right? And Dogboe.
Yeah.
Dogboe and whatnot. Yeah, shit, I was shocked. I mean, I was you know, your boy Boxing Clinic, he was the only one I think made that prediction on Dogboe. And you know, the only thing that raised my eyebrows a little bit was the dude's layoff. You know, I think he was off. I think he had like a 370-day layoff. And so I think that was kind of like the main factor in there. You know what I'm saying? He was probably a little rusty. And the other guy, I think, was 18-0, Dogboe, that is. And he was just hungry, man. You know what I'm saying? He came in with the Bob Marley shirt on and all that shit. I was like, oh, this nigga ready. You know what I mean? And he went in there and, you know, he got dropped early. And, you know, he weathered the storm. And he just fought back, man. He just started, you know, placing his punches pretty well. And started breaking home dude down to the body. I don't know if he was eating a lot of quesadillas and tacos in between training camp or whatnot, but you know what I mean, he was started breaking him down to the body and hitting him with shots, placing the shots really good, and Magdaleno just couldn't take it, man. It was a little too much. So I mean, take my hat off to you know, Dogboe. I like seeing, you know, guys emerge, you know what I'm saying, and become champs. And you know, he shocked a lot of people. So yeah, the new WBO is WBO, right?
Yeah, WBO, super
new
bantamweight.
WBO champ. So, you know, salute to him, man. He did what he had to do.
Yeah, now, a lot of people were saying it's the Hispanic community that know and follow Jesse. Jesse said that he don't live a clean fighter lifestyle in between fights. Some people say he lived like a kid in between fights, just eating candy and BSing around. Word on the street is he may move up. So, hopefully this was reality check for him, and one loss don't mean it's over. He did some things in there, but he got a lot of talent. We've seen him before. He said he won a Rigondeaux at one point. Actually, Bob Arum said, "Hold, slow it down." So, yeah, go ahead, Trey X. Let him know what you thought about the whole situation.
Well, shit, I thought it was a pretty good card, man. With the Brian Jennings, I ain't never been a Bye Jennings fan. I ain't gonna even lie to you, but I thought he looked his best that I ever seen him look. Personally, you know what I'm saying? Like
Nah,
he
that
looked
one
more.
his best, bro. I saw that fight. I saw Joy to wake. I know Joy to wake up, but go ahead, bro. With that one Jenny's best. But go ahead, bro.
I'm just saying my opinion. I felt like that was his best performance because I felt like he looked the most comfortable in the ring that I ever seen him look. I think he's an ex-football player. And like when I watched him fight on Saturday, he just looked like a natural boxer to me. Even though he didn't do everything perfectly all the time, he does some things like getting that high guard and he'll get on the inside. I feel like that's kind of unnecessary because I feel like he's a good athlete. I think he's good enough to actually just box guys. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the Dogboe fight, hey, shout out to Boston Clinic because you did get that shit right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought he would lose because he had a lot of his fights over there in Africa and shit. And when you got fighters like that, sometimes it's hard to get like a lot of footage on them and stuff like that. And plus, the guy was small, man. He was like 5'2". Jesse Magdaleno ain't a big guy, but he is 5'4". You know what I'm saying? He had the physical advantages over him. But Dogboe was a killer, man. That motherfucker kept on coming. He kept working even after he got dropped. Motherfucker was going to the body. He was punching in combinations. He was hitting them with counter punches. He was being first. You know what I'm saying? I was very impressed with that dude, man. I got to give him, you know what I'm saying? I got to give him his props and shit. But yeah.
Yeah, that right hand that he dropped Jesse with at first, that was legit professional move right there, man. He dropped that motherfucker hard. And I think Jesse at that moment knew he ain't come to play. If I would have looked at his resume before picking him, I wouldn't have picked him. His resume was a guy with 0-31 in his first 7 fights, 3-28. It was terrible, man. But obviously, I believe not a lot of work is done in the gym with these fighters and just trying to build their record up to get to this platform. He wasn't even ranked inside the top 15, so I don't know how he got the fight. I mean, I'm pretty sure Bob Arum got mad options on from here on out. So, whoever his promotion was over in Ghana, he's now a top ranked fighter until
Yeah,
he loses that belt.
I was gonna say you got to credit his promotion company. They probably had some little inside shit, and just looking for a fighter that's ready. He must have been ready and got his ass the opportunity
He
and
was
took advantage of that motherfucker.
he was serious, dog. His whole attack. I knew after he got dropped, dog, his demeanor didn't change. He still came and got it. I was like, most guys would have milled it in. Shout out to the Colossal Boxing Talk. My boy Big Cool in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell them where they can find you at, big homie. Then we
What's
gonna
good?
big homie,
What's
it's one of
good?
the dudes I started out with, man. Still got much love. Go ahead.
What's good? What's good, fellas? It's your boy Big Cool from Colossal Boxing Talk. You can find me on YouTube at Colossal Boxing Talk 91, or Colossal Boxing Talk CBT, on Twitter at Colossal CBT, Facebook Jarrell Jasper. So I'm everywhere.
Yep. And when you seen the ESPN card yesterday, I'm pretty sure you did.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Give me a
Hell
reaction
yeah.
on whatever you've seen on that card. Also, Jesse Hart, he said
Yeah,
he
I was
ready
gonna
for
say
any.
Jesse
He
Hart
said,
too.
yeah, he said he ready for anybody at 175. I don't think that was a typo neither. So go ahead.
Man, honestly, Jesse Hart, he a good fighter. He looked funny and he kind of looked goofy at times last night. Maybe because he had the big height advantage, but he kind of looked kind of goofy fighting old boy that was Desmond Nicholson, who ended up quitting. His inside game is weak. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be nice with it. It's weak, but you know what I'm saying. He was able to do some work against a smaller guy. The power's there. The confidence is there. But I think he kind of regressed a little bit from the Gilberto Ramirez fight to where he at now. Even though he had the big stoppage fight before last night, he looked sloppy. He looked a little nervous. I don't know, maybe because he had that WBO mandatory spot on line. But I mean, I like Jesse Hart as a fighter. I just think that he needs to continue to fight the upper echelon guys because it seems like, you know, he inconsistent, but he fights well once he steps up in competition. But I mean, it remains to be seen how he has his punch resistance. You know, he got off the canvas in the first fight with Ramirez, and then he got hurt by you know, a naturally smaller guy who been campaigning most of his career, you know, 160. So I think when he steps up against Benavidez or, you know, Jose Ukatage, I mean, those are some dangerous fights, man, because those guys can not only, you know, punch, but they can box as well. And they, you know, they tall, you know what I'm saying, and rangy and long. So I think their heart is definitely in the mix. But 168, man, it's just a jumbled division, and it's gonna be interesting to see how these guys match up, you know, going forward. But in terms of Dogboe, man, he just gained a big fan, and you know what I'm saying, I didn't hear too much about him, didn't know too much about him before, you know, the fight. But the guy can punch 5'3", just dynamite in his fist. I love the way he attacked the body, man. The body work is, you know, we don't see that a lot nowadays. You know, it's a lost art. And the way he just punished Magdaleno to the body, that's what really did it. You know, did Magdaleno in. So I think that Dogboe, man, is definitely a force to be reckoned with at 122. He may be too small, you know, in the future to go up to 126, but with that grit, determination, and that body work and that power, anything is possible. But yesterday was a good card, man.
Yeah, let me get my take on the ESPN card too, CJ.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I ain't watch all the fights. I was in Memphis though. I landed in Memphis. I saw we saw the Jacob and the DeWaco fight. Not Jacob, I'm sorry, the Brian Jennings and the DeWaco fight, which I was saying Brian Jennings as, which he could have put the pressure on and went to the body more and probably could have had more, you know, success with the Waco. But Joy DeWaco, he's smart, bro. I know you say you don't know him, CJ. That nigga been around. He been around for a minute, bro. He a good little fighter. He from Philly. He was on ESPN cards. He just took a loss to where he had to take a step back though. But him and Brian Jennings, they know each other. But it was like Brian Jennings was fighting his fight, like he was forcing him to fight his fight. And like with Brian Jennings, you look at him, bro. I like him, but it's just like he don't have the power with her. You know what I mean? Especially to be fighting at heavyweight. So it don't really look like that power will go transgress and beat one of these top-notch fighters. When he fought Klitschko, it was a hell of a fight, you know. And I think his best performance was against my boy. He got his ass knocked out by Pervecting. I can't get his name right now, but I
Talking
think
about
that was his
talking?
best performance. No, not talking.
No, not talking.
That was his best performance, though, in my eyes, you know. But with Brian Jennings, I like him, man. I just
He got
don't
knocked
see
out by
him.
Ortiz.
No, not Ortiz. He lost to Ortiz. I just think he go.
Not talking about Mike Perez, is you?
Yeah, Mike Perez. Yeah, Mike Perez. I just feel like he don't got the power, bro, to sustain that success at the heavyweight, you know, thing with these top notch fighters, bro. And I just don't. I see him beating fighters like this, bro, but going up against fucking Wilder or you know the big dogs, he ain't gonna last, bro, because the power ain't there. But with Jesse Hart, I like Jesse, man. Jesse was like, goddamn, if he would never got dropped by Ramirez, he probably be a champion right now. You know, so the fight he took with Desmond Nicholson, it was just a little get back fight. But I think he belonged up there with them top 168 pounders. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think about Jesse Hart, man. It's just like, dog. Like I said yesterday, I think we was on with Trey X and Black. Oh, what's going on, Corey? Mr. RBTA in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell them where they can find you at.
You always mess up my name. It's Mr. ROTBA.
Man, my bad, bro. I guess I got
Trey X. That's what's up.
Hey, Trex, I guess I got a little bit of Corey Lee boxing talk and murdering niggas' names and shit.
Yeah.
Say out to my brother, Money Brown. We on that ANBC, Ain't Nobody Safe boxing community. Y'all know how I'm rocking. What's popping to everybody else, though? What's popping?
What's up?
What's cracking, homie?
What's good?
All right, then we talking about a little bit of that ESPN card. I don't know if you saw it, but I was about to say about Jesse Hart. It's like he skipped a large amount of experience in the middle of his career. He went from fighting like little known guys and guys that we don't know to trying to fight Gilberto Ramirez. He need to fight some solid contenders, dog. He need a Caleb Plant, Ukazi, a Anthony Darrell on his resume before he can go back for Ramirez. I know he just fought in Corpus Christi before this fight with Desmond Nicholson. But he really ain't improved none. He got all the tools except for, you know, it seemed like a sturdy jaw. He got the speed, the power. He's just not that good on the inside, you know. But
when you look at that Ramirez fight, if it wasn't for that knockdown, I think he would have won. You gotta go see. I forgot how the cards went. I know it was close.
But that knockdown happened on the inside as well. He caught him with I forgot what he caught him. It was a good shot.
Yeah, and I think it was early too. So
yeah,
I just know them cards was close to where his ass could almost won. You know, his skills showed. He started coming on Ramirez's ass. It's just like you said, he need a little bit more experience. But I think he's ready for them dudes, man. He just got to calm down a little bit. I think he's ready for the ass. I ain't gonna say.
All right, who y'all think he beat though? I don't think he can beat Benavidez. I think he can get Ramirez again.
I think he can beat Ramirez Plant. You know what I'm saying?
I think he can beat. Yeah. I think he can beat Ramirez. I think he can beat Benavidez and Caleb Plant.
I think he can beat Uzkadigi or whatever.
Yeah, Jesse Hart got the skills, bro. It's just about the mental part.
I think Benavidez is the creme de la creme of that division.
Yeah, I agree. I
think Ugatage is somebody to watch out for, man. That motherfucker is good. You know what I'm saying? He ain't just no power puncher. You see what he did to Andre Darrell. You know what I'm saying? He broke that motherfucker down. I think Ugatage is somebody not to be fucked with.
I think
I like him too.
Nah, you're right. That motherfucker is good.
Yeah, I like Benavidez. I just don't. I think Benavidez right now, by being so young, his emotions get involved. He can be drawn into a firefight. Like when he gets the experience, bro. Like he's just a young champion right now. He needs some experience. Even though he's a champion, I feel like he can get drawn into them firefights. And once you get drawn into that firefight with a motherfucker that can punch, and he can punch himself. But once you get drawn into that firefight with somebody that can punch, bro, and his emotions get involved, I think he'll shy away from the game plan. I think that'll get his ass in trouble. Scotty,
yeah, he squared himself up and shit too.
I do like Scotty. That boy got power. He got boxing ability, and he patient. You dig what I mean? He patient. But that 168 division is wide open. It's open.
Yeah, I think Benavidez is the real deal. I think he showed his full arsenal, and I think just what he do as a fighter is probably a little bit better than everybody else at 168. And I look for him. I know he's fighting on this Earl card down in Dallas on June 16th. And I look for him to put on another spectacular performance to make his presence felt of why I think he is the top 168.
He only 20 years old too, so that's something to look out for.
And
he turned pro over there in Mexico, like a lot of the young guys do. So he went over from Arizona to Mexico, and shout out to his brother Jose Benavidez, the welterweight.
Who go get his ass beat by Terrence Crawford in a little matter of time after Crawford beat this Australia motherfucker.
They gonna keep him away from that dude for a minute.
Let me finish this on this. Let me finish on this.
You know what's crazy though?
The Dogboe and the Jesse Magdaleno fight. Like I told my bro Ray, I gotta get Dogboe, credit, because ain't nowhere in here I saw him beating Jesse, but I knew he had the power to catch him and punch. And I said, I ain't see the fight. I'm gonna have to go check it out, man. But I saw the knockout and it fucked me up. Like he dropped his ass twice. I'm like, damn. But I gotta get that man all the credit in the world.
You got hit with
history, bro. I think he's the second youngest Ghana fighter to become champion. And you gotta get that man all the respect in the world, man. That man made history. But go ahead, Ray, bro.
I just think, I'm pretty sure. I think something, he hit him with a low blow or something, and the ref didn't say nothing.
No, he got his ass knocked out. That's what I'm gonna say.
He got his ass beat.
I gotta go watch that fight though. Like I say, I ain't get to see
you gotta watch the whole fight. It was a good fight.
Definitely was a good fight though. Shit, I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch here. I mean, it wasn't like, and you got to remember Magdaleno was off a year, not to take nothing away from Dogboe, you know what I'm saying? But he was off for a year, so he did, well, considering that shit, he ain't been in the ring. Yeah.
Yeah, they said that Jesse might move up in weight after that ass whooping, dog. They said he might not take the rematch.
Yeah, he should have his ass in shape.
Yeah, he can't be bullshitting between camp like they say he bullshit. He got a reality check right there. It ain't too much. I mean, I'm not familiar with super bantamweight that much. I just know Rickendall was there, and my man's that
Moses Flores, the dude he fucking beat.
Hey, what about my man's that fought the McDowell brother and shit? The Kamada guy, remember he lost to him back to back.
Yeah, he beat Jamie McDonald the first fight, man.
Yeah, he did. I think that'd be a good fight for Dogboe. And then Diego De La Hoya, I don't think he's ready for that.
You ain't got to worry. You got that belt now. You gonna have a lot of lions chasing his ass. You ain't even got to worry about that part.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like Kamada though. I still fuck with Kamada. He not ranked high in the
That's my
WBO
guy,
though.
bro. He's still my guy, bro. Like I said, I think he beat Jay McDonald both fights, bro.
Yeah, he got a raw deal. One of them was on the Omar Figueroa card, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember
And
that
they came
fight.
back after the first, and they came back with the rematch.
Yep. But yeah, I'm gonna close out on this little part. Yeah, that was a good card, man. You gotta get credit where credit due in the boxing world with ESPN. They get a bad rap by a lot of people. They had a great boxing card last night. HBO usually has shitty boxing card. I think their best boxing overall card was last night, which we'll get into in a minute. Dogboe. That's what I'm calling him. I don't care. Dogboe the truth, dog. He gonna raise some hell in that motherfucker, dog. There's a lot of good fighters there too. And I ain't heard shit from Ricky y'all, man. He might have packed it in, but I'm pretty sure if he moved to 126, Leo Santa Cruz, Mares, these
every motherfucker duck Rigo, man. And Rigo,
that's what I'm about to name. All them motherfuckers gonna move up again.
They did duck his ass, but then he ain't make it no better what he did fucking against Rick.
You ain't lying.
He did what he had to do to get a paycheck. He was off for a while. We know he wasn't gonna get no super fight with no motherfuckers. Time was running out with him. Don't get me wrong. He could have got a fight where he was at, but he did what he had to do. Now, I don't take nothing away from Lomachenko. Give him all his credit in the world, like I say. But he had to jump up 2 weight classes. He had to chase them over there. Like I told my bro Ray, I seen all the trolling Rigo was doing. I was trolling with the motherfucker on Instagram. I won't lie. But he had to do, that's what he had to do, bro, to get that fight, bro. Because Lomachenko really didn't want to fight his ass. And I got to credit Lomachenko because he said he probably don't get the credit he deserved for beating a smaller man. But he keep coming up here saying he want to fight, and he did what he had to do. But all the motherfuckers in his weight class and the weight class above, they ain't want to fight, man. So the man had to do what he had to do to get the biggest paycheck of his life.
I definitely agree. But if he come back, he come back and fight it. Junior featherweight is still his division if he decided to continue on.
No doubt.
So,
I don't know no more. I don't know no more about Guillermo. I really don't know. I don't know what Rigondeaux we gonna see this. I don't know the way he was embarrassed, the way Vasal Lomachenko went in there and dismantled that man and made him quit on the fucking stool. I don't know where his mental at. I don't know if he can go to 126 and beat these. I don't know.
But he got it was a one-sided fight, but he didn't take a lot of punishment.
Yeah,
I think what he's saying. I think Corey's saying mentally where he at after that shit.
Like I'm with Ray. I see what Ray's saying because, like I say, Rigo talked a lot of shit, bro. And mentally, they can fuck with you. He did. Mentally, they can fuck with you. Like damn. And then he was saying, "I'm not gonna quit." I got I know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what he gonna do. I'm bringing my shit. I'm not gonna quit. Like he talking about all the other motherfuckers who quit and saying he want them, and he turned around and quit himself. Like I say, he talking about a hand injury. I give Lomachenko all the credit, bro. He had a hand injury. But like I say, we'll see where he at. I don't know what he gonna do, man. But I still feel like 126 and 122, he still can handle them boys.
I think he all right, man. I honestly think he all right.
Everybody ain't Loma, but when you take a break away from boxing, man, get your mind right, you come back and get into the rhythm. But shit,
and all them Cubans got destroyed in a row. Barrera, Rigondeaux, Rancis Bartholomew, Sullivan Barrera, Lara, all of them got destroyed in a row. Like somebody put a hex on them.
Cuban curse.
That's exactly.
Rigondeaux started that shit.
I just knew Lara was gonna beat Jerrell. There's no way Lara. I thought Lara was gonna end that streak, dog. He ain't in that streak.
Man, I knew her was gonna walk his ass like that.
Man, that nigga looked like he was a light heavyweight in there with a junior middleweight, bro.
Yeah.
Why they order immediate rematch though?
Because
it was close, man. It was close. I think it warranted
rematch.
You said what?
I said because the fight, even though I had her winning that fight, and this is my thing right here. I'm gonna say this. I don't know when we went away from this. God damn it. Back in the day when I was first coming up on boxing, if you was fucking champion and you lost your belt to someone, it should be an immediate rematch. You should have the chance to win your belt back. It seems like boxing has went away from that. Erislandy Lara has been champion for a long period of time. And because he lost his belt to her, he deserves an immediate rematch.
I agree with that.
I agree with that. Yeah, I definitely agree where he coming from. Yeah,
I want Charlo Hurd next.
I think that's the problem. I think that's the
Yeah, it's
problem.
just
People want
the unification. Everybody want to see that. Yeah.
That's what I'm a
but
big
people don't know
proponent.
that. People don't know
Charlo
Lara.
got the way this stuff.
Yeah, people don't know
Charlo
Lara.
got the way this stuff.
People don't know Charlo. People don't know Hurt was gonna take a homecoming exception instead of fighting Charlo next. He was gonna fight J-Rod, which was gonna be his IBF manager. He's gonna fight him in Maryland. It sound like so he wasn't gonna fight Charlo next. So I mean, shit, Lara deserved a rematch. He was a long-standing champion.
Yeah, I'd rather see Lara than J-Rock, but Charlo talking all that shit talking about September. Nah, fool. If you talking about you got the date and it's supposed to be September.
I think for her, I think he gonna fight Lara in Maryland this time. He gonna be the one making the meal, and Lara gonna be one to making $500K. But I just wonder if it's gonna be too quick of a turnaround for Lara because he took a lot of punishment at the end of that fight.
Hey, a lot of punishment. He got his ass beat in that fight.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of people gonna say the cards. Fuck.
Hey, this is boxing, y'all.
No,
it happens.
No, I'm talking about the cards. Fuck the cards. He took punishment, bro.
Yeah, he looked like shit at the end of the fight, bro.
Lara a strong motherfucker. Don't get me wrong. He laying some hard ass shit on Jarrell Hurt as well. But Jarrell Hurt be hit like that was a physical beating, like Badu put on James DeGale, bro. Like
I'll give you one better. It reminded me of when Fat Boy, Daddy Pink Draw boy Chavez Jr. kind of came back and rallied on Sergio Martinez and took his prime in that 12th round.
And
he took his prime in that 12th round.
I want him to knock his ass out so bad, but he couldn't do it. Sergio styled on his ass though, but that wasn't even really like that because this like physical punch. Because Sergio Martinez, he took punishment in the last couple rounds.
And that kind of ended his career too. That punishment he took, he was never the same after that shit.
Yeah.
Plus that knee injury and shit.
Yeah, Jarrell Hurt though, I give him his credit, man. But I think Charlo stop his ass.
He gonna be a hard nigga to stop.
No,
I think Hurt might get up in Charlo's shit, man. That
I'm
pressure,
telling you,
though.
bro. It's like the Paul Williams effect, bro. Like I gave her the shit with
That's
that.
a big nigga, dog.
With that, no doubt. But you're a big nigga till your ass get hit with that right shot on the right spot. Because
it depends on the punch placement. Charlo's
But he got hit by fucking Lara with a beautiful uppercut in the fight.
Who do you think hit harder, Charlo or Lara?
The Charlo with Derek James hit way harder. Now this ain't the Charlo with Bonds that's fighting Bonnie.
Look,
he hit way harder.
But Charlo ain't fought no nigga like Hurt though.
But Hurt ain't fought no mother like Charlo neither.
I mean that's the beauty of the fight.
But he fought Lara though. He fought somebody close.
Is a tactician. He is a fucking Cuban style fighter to where he move her and Lara is not really a pressure fighter that come and whoop your ass with power. Charlo is a young kid. Lara had age on him. That's why I knew Lara was gonna lose because he had age on him. He don't hit harder than Austin Trout. You dig what I mean? He was more pinpoint accurate than Austin
Trout.
I
think he do. He hit
harder. Listen, he don't hit harder than Austin Trout, bro. He more pinpoint accurate. He can land his shit on the right spots. But I just knew he want that come forward fighter, bro. And I knew that when I saw what N'Golo did to him, and
I think that's fair. So I think that's fair with what he's saying though. I think it's fair about Lara offense. Lara is programmed to be a 1-2 puncher. It's hard for him to do 3-4.
And with Jermell,
but Lara do got stinging power though.
Yes, but I just
on one hand, he got it in one hand though.
Yeah, he don't hit hard enough from Trout.
And then he don't follow up with that. After he throw you with that left, he like to take pictures and pose with the left. He don't follow up with a 3-4-5. You know, Derek James. Derek James changed Jermall Charlo into Jermall Charlo a little bit. Like he punching harder, dog.
No, he punching.
But
Jermall still a harder puncher.
That's with that Jerrell Hurt versus Jermall Charlo. I think that's a 50-50 fight, bro. I think Jerrell Hurt and Jermall Charlo are both that good, and that's just a pick'ems fight of whoever you like.
I think the skills favors Jermell. The skills favors Jermell, but Hurt's so damn big, man, that I think he can absorb a lot of that power. So it's gonna come down.
You know what I'm saying? He done been through a fire quite a few times.
I really don't know because if you look at Hurt, each fight you watch Hurt, he's getting better and better. Like I say, hey, Jermell has been looking spectacular, but let's think about the competition he's been facing. Unto where he looked spectacular against. Now, I'm not knocking him. He went in there and did what he had to do. But like I say, let's put some respect on her name. I understand Jermell Charlo's been looking sensational, but when you knocking out
I
a
say this,
Charles,
Ray. I say this, Ray.
Tupac and shit.
I
That
call
don't count.
Jerry Hurd the number
I
one.
just feel like,
Jerry
homie,
Hurd is the number one nigga at 154, bro. I give him all that credit. He deserved that.
he get hit too much though, man. Stamina and chin is his greatest asset.
And that shit
The
starting to
skills
add
is
up.
going Jermell.
You can't walk
He's
through that
strong
shit
too.
every fight, bro, repetitively. That shit is
I'm
adding
telling
up fight.
he's not going to be able to do that shit against Charlo. Just coming forward, taking them big ass shots.
Getting hit, yeah.
Charlo. That shit ain't gonna work. Charlo them he hitting with a different type of
but
power,
have
bro.
Charlo ever had
With a different type of
have
ounce.
Charlo ever
I
fought
favor
somebody as
Charlo,
big
but
as him?
I favor Charlo, but it's gonna be interesting to see how he faces,
Yeah,
how
the
he deals with
pressure,
a motherfucker that's bigger,
I'm
that's
gonna tell y'all. Look,
strong,
I'm gonna tell y'all
resilient.
this,
Right.
bro. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. When Hurd just walked through you, that's when somebody hit him. Like Lara hit his ass with some shit that made him stop for a minute. Y'all look at that
Yeah,
fight. When
yeah.
Lara hit his ass with shot, when he get hit with that big shot, his ass stopped for a minute, and then he get that shit back and he start coming on. When he get the feeling that shit from Charlo, he go. Don't get me wrong, he go come forward, but that motherfucker have to sit down. He go try to box him, and that's
But
what
he
Charlo.
said, but he
But let me
did
If
say,
this
ask
was
but he
y'all a
did
question.
Jermall,
say,
bro, if this was Jermall
Let me
Charlo,
ask
I'd be
y'all a
like, you know
question.
what, fuck, because we know that power Jamal got is definitely
Yeah,
there. But Jermell, he can
That's
punch,
eyes
but he
though.
ain't.
I
He
don't know,
ain't
man. I think a lot of people say Jermell
But
might
let me
hit just
ask
as
you
hard
this
as Jamal
question.
now.
go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
Ray.
Let
go
me
ahead,
ask you.
Colossal Box talk. Hold on, yeah, go ahead. Let Colossal Box go, then Correa, then we go back to Money Brown. Everybody else mute. Go ahead, Colossal.
No, I was just saying, man. If like I said, Jermell's power has been effective lately. But if this was Jamal, I'd be like, you know what, shit, it's clear cut. I'm favoring Jamal like 70-30, you know what I'm saying? Because he long range and he can punch, legitimately punch. Like we know about that, you know what I'm saying? But I think Jermell the better fighter. I think he a better boxer. He's smoother, you know what I'm saying? He more fundamentally sound. But you know what I'm saying? I wanna see how he deals with a guy that's young, that's big, that's bringing the pressure, that's resilient, and who can punch too, and he worked the body. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of variables to consider, you know what I'm saying, in this potential matchup.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just something that you ain't seen versus Jermell Charlo. Go ahead, Correa.
I just don't. I mean, y'all got to understand. Laura is a high, skillful, intelligent boxer. So it's not going to be easy to hit him. So he was going to make her look like that with her throwing a lot of punches. Do I think Jermell Charlo is as skillful as Laura when it comes to moving around the ring in different angles and making the man miss? Not one bit. And that's what makes this fight more intriguing because you cannot go into this fight if Hurd and Jermell fight and say Jermell Charlo is as skillful as Laura is, as defensive wise and making the guy miss. I can't say that. That's why I got this a 50-50 fight. I think both guys got a legitimate case in different reasons. That's why they could win this fight.
But at the same time, though, bro, I understand what you're saying. But Tony Harrison and Austin Trout was also piecing up Hurd. They just didn't have the power to
Let,
make it stick on him. I
let
think
me say this,
Charlo,
bro.
if Charlo hitting him with them punches that Tony
Facts.
Harrison was, bro, he'll stop Hurd.
Facts. And let me say this, bro. I feel you, right? You know you my bro. But skills and all that moving shit is not gonna be Hurd. That's what Hurd is at his best when he's stalking your ass down. Like I say,
Exactly.
Charlo ass, this what Charlo will get him at, bro. Yes, Hurd is a big motherfucker. I respect him. You know, I told you, right, I got a little insight on his ass. He don't do what he supposed to do outside the ring neither, bro. He ain't that type. But it's like this with Hurd, bro. He got break you down power when he got pressure. I ain't see him hit a motherfucker with one shot and put him out. You know what I mean? But he do got that walk you down and try to maul you and tear you down, and then he finish you. Charlo young like him, like somebody said, Hurd, well, he want to see what he do against a younger fighter. No, it's what Hurd go do against a younger fighter because he been walking motherfuckers down. We know Tony Harrison condition ain't that good, and that's my boy from the D. His conditioning wasn't good, and Tony fit to fight Ishe Smith, but we know he got conditioning problem. It showed in the Willie Nelson fight. It showed in this fight against Hurd. But when he fight Charlo's stamina and conditioning is always in shape. Them boys always in shape. So you're not fit to wear him down. You're
No,
not fit to wear
No,
no.
but that's where the
No,
body punching come in at,
no,
you know what I'm
but
saying?
when you try to body punch, you get your ass counted to the head. And Charlo, them boys are accurate. That's why I say he go feel that power, bro. Like he not fit to push Charlo back the whole fight. That shit not fit to work, bro. He not fit to push Jermell Charlo back the whole fight. Then y'all saying Jermall hit harder. Jermall is the harder puncher. But Charlo is sitting down with Derek James, and that boy is training with Earl Spence, man. That boy training with arguably the best fighter on the planet, and that shit make it earn sharp and earn, bro. And the motherfucker gonna say, "Oh, it's
And
this,
money, you
that."
100%
And
correct. Money,
you say what,
you
Ray?
100% correct. Hey, I was in training camp with Earl Smith and Jermall Charlo on Friday. Jermell Charlo is looking 100% monstrous. But what I'm saying is we gonna give Jarrell Hurd credit for having a granite chin because there's some fighters out there who just got that chin who could take them shots,
And
and I
that's
give
my
him
thing, right?
credit.
Look,
That's what's gonna come
I'm
down
giving
to.
her, look, I'm giving her all the credit in the world, bro. I got him as the number 154 pound. I just think, and I give him that because of the resume and him being unified champ. But I just know that type of style, bro, and the shit he doing. Yes, he got a granted chin, but we know that shit. I want to see how he take the Charlo punch, bro. Because like I say, I knew like, and Tony Harrison can crack too, but I just feel like Charlo hit harder than these boys, bro. I feel like he hit harder than them boys, and I just feel like that style where he just walking in and taking them shots, he ain't gonna be able to just walk in and take them Cholo shots like that, and it's gonna sit his ass down. He gonna have to sit there and box, and Hurricane box, and that's what I
Yeah, a
want to
lot of
see.
people don't know. A lot of people don't know that Hurt is actually a good ass counterpuncher. Early in his career, I've been following him before he came onto the Showtime and to the network's scene. He got a good. He can walk you into some punches. He got some ability to
No
move
doubt,
back
for
and box
sure.
if you watch him. Yeah, I've been following him for a long time. Shout out to my homie Benny Ace. We've been talking about him, and we predicted that he was going to be number one guy at 54. So let's move on to that HBO card. Let's talk about cheeseburger Fat Baby Miller. I wish I can get the bottom line Sandy Walton on. He the funniest Jarrell Miller joking motherfucker in the planet, dog. So let's start off with the brother Trey X, man. We was on last night live. Shout out to Corey Lee Boxing. Go subscribe to that brother real quick. Yeah, what you thought about that, Trey X? We was on live with that shit. Let me know what you thought.
About the big baby Miller, the
Yeah,
Hopper
and
fight, right?
yeah.
Well, shit, I thought, well, to me, man, the biggest story of the fight was his weight because he came in at 304.4, and before the fight, he was saying that when he get over 300 pounds, his stamina is at his best. And to me, his stamina look his worst that it's ever looked since I've been seeing him fight as a professional fighter. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like his power isn't there. He doing too much arm punching and stuff. That was the showcase fight that he was in. He was a 25-1 favorite. He was there to knock this guy out, and he didn't get the job done. The Hoppus at this stage of his career got to be like a C-minus fighter. He 37 years old. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even look like the same guy that fought Deontay Wilder. So I expected Big Baby Miller to go in there and knock him out, but he didn't. I was disappointed, and I feel like his lack of power is why Eddie Hearn is wanting him to fight Anthony Joshua. I think he looks like a safe fight to
Facts,
Hearn right now.
facts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go
Can I
ahead,
jump in?
Colossal Boxer Talk. Colossal Boxer Talk, we're going to
Yeah.
go to you, then we're going to go to Corey, then we're going to go to Black, then we're going to go to Marty Brown about this subject.
Hey
Go
man, I
ahead.
just did a stream about an hour or so ago. I'm not impressed with Jarrell Miller at all. I named six heavyweights that he ain't fucking with. Wilder, Fury, Povetkin, Ortiz, Parker, and Joshua. Now all the rest of the motherfuckers from 7 and below, then yeah, but I mean he too big, even though he appears to hold, carry that weight well. I didn't see too much of a stamina issue, but again, I don't really, watch Miller like that for real. I've seen his last few fights, against Washington and what's the old boy name? Walk, and all that. But I mean, the ring IQ ain't there. The ring generalship ain't there. The foot movement not there. You know what I'm saying? He good offensively. He throws good punches, but the power not there. I just don't think, man, that he gonna hold any weight when it comes to shaking up anything at the top part of the heavyweight division. He all talk, and I think once he step up, man, his shit gonna get pushed in, and we ain't got to worry about hearing from him no more like that. So that's my thoughts on him.
Yeah, the thing about before I go to Corey, the thing about Jarrell Miller, he don't throw his punches fundamentally right. He slaps. He was open gloving through Hoppus a lot last night. Man, he wasn't turning over his hooks. The best punch he throw is probably the 1-2. He got a lot of leverage on that right hand, but he didn't throw it often yesterday because I guess he's fighting a guy that was a little bit taller than him. But it's a lot of improvement there. But for a big nigga, dog, he can go. I give him that. For a big
Yeah,
nigga,
yeah.
about 304 pounds. He can go. He got some good, quick, feet. I don't like his exaggerated head movement though. I was watching him spar Trevor Bryan on Mr. Boxing today. Shout out to the homie. He had the footage and
Trevor Bryan, he another black American heavyweight to look out for. That boy can fight. So go ahead, let me know what you think, correct?
Hey, you know what? Yeah, we must give Jarrell Big Baby Miller a lot of credit because if you look at his previous fights and you looked at this fight yesterday, he from the last fight to this fight, he looked extremely better. And what's crazy is going into his last fight, he was lighter than this fight. But one thing I can say is this fight, he got better. He showed the skill. For a big man, he could move, bob, and weave, throw punches and combinations. My thing about Jarrell Big Baby Miller, I wish with him being that big that he'll get down to about 260 and, being a real heavyweight shape to give himself more of a better opportunity. But with me looking at him, if we talking about Deontay Wilder, yeah, we could talk about Deontay Wilder power, but does he have better skills than Jermell Miller? Hell no. We could say the same shit about Anthony Joshua. But I'm putting Jermell Miller over them two guys. I'm just saying he has the skill, and all I want him to do is just keep improving like he's been improving each fight. And, we'll see.
Yeah, before I kick it over to Black. Yeah, I don't see the skill like
Yeah,
that.
me either, bro.
I'm sorry, it's just my opinion on that, dog. I think for a big nigga, he got some skill. It's just, he was a kickboxer, so he got a lot of
You
them
see more
kickboxing, punching
skills in
offensive traits.
Wilder than him?
Yeah, I got
Wilder,
You
Wilder.
see more skills?
Wilder got that
I'm
power
sorry.
to knock you the fuck out.
Buster.
But that's what he's saying.
Wilder
He
got
said
a
minus
good
the
jab
power.
too. Good footwork.
He got to get my Wilder. I'm gonna tell you something about Wilder, man.
Quick feet.
I've been
I
breaking
said
down some of Wilder's
skill.
footage.
I ain't talking about
Yeah.
power.
I think Wilder got a better jab than Cuz. I think he throw punches better than him. As crazy as the windmill sound, Miller if he just cleaned up some things, and also, Wilder like 3 or 4 inches taller than him, that fucking helped too. But I think if Miller was to learn how to punch and turn over his shots and really turn his hips into a shot, he would stop the old boy last night.
Hey, CJ, I swear, bro. That's all. And I don't mean to cut nobody, but that's my whole thing with Miller. And I like Miller, like I say. It's just like he don't get the torque on his punch. Like I look at the weight as holding him back, bro. I think he can't really turn all that weight over like he's supposed to. Because I'm looking.
But when he was
like,
260,
yeah,
and in one of them last fights, he said he
yeah,
felt too weak. He said he needed to go back up. So at the end of the day,
yeah.
I mean, like I said in my video earlier, man, he not beating none of the tier 1 heavyweights. He not beating Ortiz. He not beating the Povetkin, juiced up or not. He not beating the Wilder. He not beating the Joshua. He possibly can beat a Joseph Parker. I don't know, but him and Dylan White, I don't know. I think I might favor that Dylan White guy. But go ahead, Black. Let me know what you think, man. Let's go over to Black, man. He been waiting.
But we can say that he is a top heavyweight, though.
Yeah, he a tier 2.
It depends on your definition.
Yeah.
It depends on the definition of top heavyweight. We just
He
named
in
top
tier
there.
2. He in a tier 2 for me, man. My tier 1 is Wilder, Joshua, Povetkin, Luis Ortiz, and then my tier 2 is Parker, White, him. So he right there, man. Like I said, any given day, dog, one of them heavyweights can beat each other. There's not a lot of separation between all of them. Let's keep it real. Would you be surprised if Alexander Povetkin go in there and knock out Anthony Joshua? I don't think a lot of us would be surprised if that did happen.
No.
So it's really not a lot of separation. Especially if it ain't no vital drug testing.
But he ain't all that. When I seen what Klitschko did to that motherfucker Povetkin, he ain't all that for me, man.
Yeah, I agree with CBT's assessment, man. I can think about 5 or 6 heavyweights that beat his ass. I mean, like I say, for his size, man, he got some skills. We got to give him the credit, for that. But he leaves himself open a lot, man, to be countered by somebody like a Wilder, like a Joshua. You know what I'm saying? Even like a Parker, somebody like that. You know what I mean? I was shocked he beat Jarrell Washington. You know what I mean? Because I thought Jarrell Washington would beat his ass. But I mean, this guy, at that weight. I mean, one thing that did impress me though, he's able to stay alert and still be slick on his defense when he's tired. You know what I mean? Because he was tired in there. Clearly, I seen him in the corner, eyes closed, breathing out his mouth and shit. You know what I mean? Probably regretting he ate all them ribs and shit. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, but he was still able to do some shit. Catch a second win and shit like that. But man, against somebody who's real athletic, like a Wilder, or you know what I mean? Like, man, come on. Fuck out of here. He remind me of like a Broner at the heavyweight division. He talk better than he fight. You know what I mean? Like he can talk a good game, talk himself into a good fight.
Y'all ain't giving no credit for
I give him
night.
he's about like, to me, like a B minus, you know what I'm saying, fighter. But I got to see him up against somebody with more, you know what I'm saying, more skills. You know what I mean? Not somebody who's just gonna stand in there because one thing I'll give Duopa, he got a good ass chin because I mean Miller was hitting that fool with some shit and he didn't get buckled or nothing. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, either this nigga don't have no fucking power or Duopa's really got a granted chin. But you know, he don't impress me that much, man. Like I say, it looks kind of good because you see a big ass dude kind of doing some skillful shit. And my nigga Santee said like he got a burnt Rice Krispie on top of his head, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. But you know what I mean? Other than that, man, at the top, you know what I mean, when it comes to the top fighters in the heavyweight division, he gonna get his ass beat. You know what I mean? That's my opinion.
Easy. I agree.
I mean, ask one more question. Anybody that didn't go on this? I think Trey, you went on this Jarrell Miller shit yet?
No, I ain't go.
Yeah,
I ain't
Or
go.
Trey and then Moni, you can go.
No, I went first, bro.
Yeah, it's on me, bro.
Oh my bad. Go ahead, Moni.
Yeah, I looked at it, man, as Jarrell, big baby. Like I said, that's my guy, man. And he know I fucks with him. But I just feel like he gotta learn how to turn his punch. Only thing he need is to learn how to turn his punches over and punch with more power. That's what he gotta learn how to do. Cause like for us, his stamina can be there, man, and his output. And we know in the heavyweight division, all that throwing punches and shit don't matter, bro. If you throwing punches and you ain't hurt nobody. Like I'm looking at him fight Duopa, and like my man say, I'm looking for him to hurt because he hit him with big ass shots. Don't get me wrong. He hit him with some shit, snapping his head back, catching him. His body work, the way he went to the body, and I see what you're saying, right? When you say he did look good, because that boy body work was looking good, how he was going down there. But it was against an old man that couldn't react to somebody going him that big going to the body like that, a uppercut or a step back hook with a catch his ass. But the old man couldn't do it because he was old. But he still was in there looking, showing skills, showing this. It's just like in the heavyweight division, bro. For you to be 300-some pounds, bro, your power should be off the charts. You know what I'm saying? You should be turning
Right.
and knocking motherfuckers clean the fuck out. You fight with 300 pounds on you, but it's just not there. Like it ain't. It's just something missing, bro. That don't move you with big baby. Like you know what I'm saying? It's just something missing, bro. And I just think it's him turning the punches over and landing the right power shots. And when I look at, him, I'm like, man, he got to say, talking about like who just said Eddie Hearn looking at him because he ain't punching with power. Eddie Hearn just did an interview talking about Jarrell saying, if he can last because he's going to get dinged all around the ring. And he know what's going to happen. He know because Joshua go tag his ass early, bro. He go tag him early. And if he can last, though, even if he lasts, the power down the stretch don't even look like it'll be enough to finish Anthony Joshua. And that's what fucked me up about Big Baby. And I fucks with him, bro. That's my guy. I want to see him do well. I want him to win. But he got to learn how to, some way, man, he got to learn how to get in that gym and turn that power over, bro, because 300 pounds, it look like you ain't hitting that hard, man.
He punched like he used to be a kickboxer. If you ever watch kickboxing, that's exactly how they punch.
And
they
then
punch just like that, dog.
And then when he in the clinch, it look like he want to fucking
better.
do a knee or some shit. You know, when he in the clinch, like he got you something around your neck, look like he about to fucking knee you or some shit.
Muay Thai shit.
Muay Thai. This nigga.
Hold on, bro. I just want to
come on, let's
get better, man. And come with that power, man. That's all I want to see him do.
I'm sorry. Like, I understand he got things he needs to work on. But if I'm looking at his skills, and I know Deontay Wilder probably be the better fighter because of his power. But if I'm looking at the two, Jarrell Big Baby
Wilder are light years ahead of him, right? Wilder would knock him the fuck out on any given Sunday, bro.
Clean out.
I ain't saying Wilder will knock him out. I'm just saying if I'm looking at him, his skills is better than Wilder's skills.
How?
Look,
no, sir.
Is he gonna be able to get inside that jab?
Look, Luis Ortiz's skills was better. Like I say, right? It's not the point about his skills, bro. He got man, and he got output, bro. But the thing is, in a heavyweight division, if you ain't got the power, bro, you ain't got shit. That's where the power really means something. In
heavyweight division, yeah.
Fury ain't got no power.
Look, I think, Corey, what you get, I mean, it's Wilder power than heavyweight power. You got to have some type of power. You know, whether Joshua don't got Wilder power, but he got power.
Tyson Fury got the height, and Tyson Fury
got Fury got defense.
Fury can he's
6'9",
bro. He tell you
6'9".
Right. So y'all don't tell me Jarrell. I know he was getting hit, but you weren't telling me he don't got a good slip game for a 300-pound man.
For a 300-pound nigga,
yeah, for a 300-pound fat nigga,
he need to stop slipping them snacks though. He's slipping too many snacks in him though.
But he can't. Like I can't put him on. I can't put him on the Tyson Fury level, bro.
And with Wilder and Joshua, I agree with y'all. With Wilder and Joshua, he barking up a tree. But with all them other heavyweights, he could beat them.
No,
He could beat
Ortiz will
them.
Man, I
Ortiz will
can't see
fuck
him
him
beating
up.
Povetkin.
Ortiz will fuck him
Ortiz
up.
will make this
Ortiz
nigga
fucking
diarrhea in the ring, nigga.
I think I
Fury
would favor
fucking gonna
Joseph
outbox
Parker.
him.
I think I favor Joseph Parker.
He
I think I
too
favor
fast.
Dylan White. I
Nah,
think I
Dylan
favor
White
Dylan White.
trash. Dylan White
I mean,
trash.
shit, I think he'd beat fucking that big baby Miller last night. I might take Dylan White, nugget head ass.
CJ had made a good point earlier when he was talking about how Big Baby Miller's head movement is too exaggerated. If he get in there with a fighter that got a good feint game and he can feint him into moving his
He'll
head
get his ass
all
beat.
the way to the
I want
side,
to see
he
him
can
fight
get
Dylan
countered.
White next. That's the fight I want to see Jarrell Miller in. I want him to fight Dylan White next. I know a lot of people saying Dylan White.
I don't know.
Gonna
I
win.
mean, at the end of the day, man, Dylan White about to run away from Luis Ortiz. He gonna run a box
Yeah.
with who ass? Who been
Both
out
of
for
them
like 2
niggas gonna run
years?
away from
At this
Ortiz.
point, man, I'd rather see fucking Miller face Joshua if Joshua don't come to an agreement with Wilder. I mean, he say he can beat these guys. There ain't no need to be fucking continue to fight these lower level guys if you think you above them. So go ahead. If
Man,
Joshua and Miller and Wilder don't come to an agreement, go ahead and make that fucking
man,
Joshua Miller fight
Eddie Hearn using Jarrell Miller as a smoke screen.
as
He
a
ain't gonna let him
pawn.
fight no
I mean,
Jarrell. He
Yep,
ain't finna
yep.
fight
Y'all
Jarrell.
The
telling me
Povetkin
that
deal,
wasn't
in my
the
opinion.
best Gerald Big Baby? So y'all telling me that wasn't the best Gerald Big Baby Miller that y'all done seen?
I
I
saw.
mean,
I
I
don't think
I
y'all
saw
mean,
ever.
better.
the
I
opponent. Look
mean,
at the opponent he fought. You judging off the? I mean, he fought Duopop. So
yeah.
anybody can
No,
fight
I'm
him.
talking
You know,
about
I like to see him fight Brian Jennings. I mean, that'll be a good fight.
oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like that fight. That's a real good
he'll
fight.
I think
beat,
both of them ain't got
he
he'll
no.
beat the
beat
shit
Brian
out
Brian Jennings
Jennings.
ain't got no
He
power,
beat
man.
Brian Jennings, bro. He
he'll
beat
beat
Brian
the shit
Jennings.
out of
He'll
Brian.
beat Jennings.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
beat
Jennings ain't
Brian
got no
Jennings.
power at all.
I mean,
Yeah,
but shit, neither do
like
he.
George the
I mean, I know
Waco.
Jennings like
George the Waco
220,
did
so
better.
Miller I ran by like 80 pounds. So yeah, y'all probably right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Jennings struggled with
And,
a.
and Jennings is a fucking vegan, so you know the beef is gonna fuck him up, bro. Let's
Damn.
get in. All right, I mean, all right. We
Throw a
almost
cheeseburger at
getting into the teeth of it, the end of it. All right, we had a heated debate with Corey earlier on this subject, man. I was on with Trey X last night and Black Horseman Promotions and shit, and we all had Salucky. Either Angel had it a draw, we had it for Salucky. It was a close fight, but I think those scorecards was bullshit. We're gonna touch on this Lucky Danny Jacobs thing real quick. Then we're gonna hop into the two main subjects, which is Charlo, Jermall taking on Danny, and then we're gonna talk about the end with the Eddie Hearn, Joshua Wilder shit. So
let
go
Corey
ahead,
go
Corey. Let me
first.
know your yeah, I'm gonna let Corey I'm gonna let Corey go first. Go ahead and talk about this Lucky fight, but my brother. Damn. They Eddie Hearn don't want to let us be
Eddie,
great,
yeah, as
bro.
soon as you said something about the Wilder Joshua fight, Eddie Hearn came through.
Yeah, booed
That
me the
shit been
fuck
happening
out.
for the last 2 days, dog. They've been doing
Punk
that shit
ass
for the
nigga.
Yeah,
last 2 days about that shit. Wait for Craig to
Correct that
hop back
game.
on. He know how to hop back. There we
you
go.
gotta wait for
Yeah,
Corey.
every time we say the Matchroom USA boss name or the Matchroom boss, we get kicked out. That been happening the last 2 days. So let's not say old boy name. But go ahead, Craig. What you think about that Salucky and Danny Jacobs fight?
It's
Tap
on
in,
me.
Ray. There you go, Ray.
Okay, so look, can y'all hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought when you first started off the fight, I thought Salucky was putting in good work. I thought he showed that he was an ample opponent to be in the ring against Daniel Jacobs. But as the fight went on, Daniel Jacobs' aggressiveness, his experience, and just the dog in him took over that fight to me. And when Christopher King came on my live on Facebook this morning and said that he had Salucky winning or a draw at the most, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, what fight was you looking at? You didn't see Daniel Jacobs take over the fight in the middle rounds, more aggressive. I'm not saying Salucky didn't have his moments when he was catching them with a 1-2, but the skillful, experienced fighter, Daniel Jacobs is, he started missing him with that 1-2 because Daniel Jacobs took that away. And when
That's it.
Salucky was trying to do other shit, he couldn't. So this was clear cut to me. It was a good fight. But I clearly had Daniel Jacobs winning this fight, man.
Like I said, I'm gonna jump in. Like I said, I disagree with that shit, bro. Danny Jacobs, I mean, this nigga even went southpaw for a minute. He was so confused. Look at Rozier. He started growing fucking hair in the corner, bro. Them niggas was worried, dog. He was, bro. I swear to God, that nigga was switching southpaw. He ain't know what to do. He was begging the nigga to go to the body and shit. All I know is a nigga beat that nigga with 3 punches. He beat the nigga with a jab, a counter right hand, and he mixed in a lead left hook on that ass. At the end of the day, Danny Jacobs started winning rounds. What you say about Black? Black? About the 7th, 8th round, he started putting rounds together. We had it 7-4 going into the
I had
12th
it
in
7.
favor.
Yeah, man. No
Or
disrespect
7-4
to.
going into the.
Danny Jacobs won that fight hands down,
Yeah,
bro.
he
I mean,
won that
I don't
fight,
believe
Hey,
it.
bro.
I mean,
look.
you can
Hey,
say. I can
look.
say.
I ain't gonna
At the
say
best we
hands
seen it as a
down, but
Hey,
draw.
look,
he
man.
won that
Punches
fight
and
though
all
by at
that.
least
I'll
three or
tell you
four
like this,
rounds.
man. No disrespect to nobody here, man. I don't know what y'all niggas saw, bro. Because like I
Exactly.
say, I was watching this fucking fight. I had it 7 rounds to 4 going into the 12th, and the knockdown made it. You know what I'm saying? Gave it. To me, I had Selecki
7-6.
win by 1 point. You know what I mean? 7. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
Listen,
it's
bro.
I don't know
to
what you
Listen,
was
bro.
watching.
listen, listen,
I let him finish.
Danny
Let him
Jacobs was
finish.
coming forward the whole fight.
listen. What I'm
Don't get me
saying,
wrong.
man.
Look,
Hold on, let
Like,
Black
like,
finish
Selecki
real
did his
quick.
job, but
like your
Selecki
boy
fought off
said.
Danny Jacobs' pace, bro.
Hold on, Monty. Go ahead, Black.
Like Boston Clinic said, man. He was so confused in there, man. Selecki was piecing his ass up, man. He was able to hit him with pretty much everything he was throwing in there. You know, he was loading up. Danny Jacobs kept loading up with every shot. That was his problem. He was trying to throw everything with power. He thought his size advantage was going to be enough. And, you know, he couldn't do shit with him. You know what I mean? He couldn't really do shit with him. And he had his moments, some of them rounds you could have said was swing rounds or whatnot. But for the most part, Selecki controlled the fight, man. He controlled the fight. The punch stats that they had, that shit was bullshit, dog. Harold Letterman, fuck that nigga. Get him out of here, man. Them judges, come on, man. I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas was watching, man, because Selecki clearly was outboxing Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs was confused in there. He's switching southpaw, still wasn't working. His head getting snapped back by the right hands. And this is a guy came up from 154. He was beating his ass. You know what I mean? And
Just in
it's
that
and
Well,
fight,
and
what I'm
because
Selecki
saying,
he came up
Selecki
from
got dropped in
154,
that
bro.
12,
yeah,
and that's what made it
The
a one
point,
point.
like when Selecki was landing his shit, Jacob was landing just effective shots, bro. I know what you're saying with the head getting snapped back, but it's like Selecki was like it was one round where he caught his ass. Like I gave Selecki ass like 4 rounds, bro.
Hold on,
He
hold on,
got
hold
his
on.
Me
It
ass
was
too.
one
beat.
round.
Come on,
It
dog.
was like
Come on,
it was
man.
every round that he was snapping that ass back. He was
He was
landing the
beating
more
his
shoulder
ass,
punches.
bro.
Then Jacobs was loading up on shots, and he was looking real amateurish. And what you got to understand, ring generalship is making a nigga miss. Danny Jacobs missed so many shots last
All
night.
them
His
shots
arms
was
might be
Yeah, I
missing.
saw him as
dislocated.
Danny Jacobs in there trying to go for the knockout to make a point. It wasn't that he was
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. He didn't
confused
fight.
in there.
He wasn't
He
on his
tried to
best
go for the
game
knockout
though.
to make a statement, but even with trying to go for the knockout, he still was on point and balanced, laying the hardest shots. And don't get me wrong, Lucky landed some
But
shit,
I didn't
but
see him. I didn't
Jacob was
see him.
just
I didn't see.
unbalanced.
Look. He was in there versus a fair skinned brother. Why
No,
Lucky face look so
no,
fucking clean? I'm usually not one to go there.
yeah,
His face wasn't pink. He wasn't red. I'm watching the Angels right
That
now.
was
He
the
wasn't
only
red. His
effective
face
shot.
was
That 12
clean.
round, that was the only
he was
clean shot he
challenged
got
just
hit
like.
with in that
Don't get
And
me
12.
that's
wrong,
the only. And that's the
He
only.
did
And that's the
good,
only
but he
shot he
fought he
didn't.
belonged. Yeah, Lucky
Yeah, he
ain't no
did. But at the end of
slouch.
the day, that was the
He ain't
only
no
shot.
slouch.
That knockdown shot that Danny Jacobs threw was the only shot that it was a boxing move he threw last night. He didn't load up. He just let it flow. And I think he was a little bit antsy, but we already know how HBO go, man. I'm listening to some of the commentary. I can turn that shit off, dog.
I mean,
Roy
I can
Jones
watch.
was
I
out
Like,
there
Yeah,
mean,
they
I
looking
don't
Carson,
for
give
were.
a
that
They
shit
fuck
last
about.
were.
I don't
night.
give a fuck about the commentary
I
side.
think Jacobs
like,
won, but they was
I don't
sucking
give
my
a fuck
man
about.
off.
I don't give a fuck about HBO commentary. I know how to watch fights, and we all in here real boxing fans, so we don't listen to what the fucking commentary say. Fucking Jim Lampley, who gives a fuck about him and Harold Letterman? I don't give a fuck about them.
Man,
We
Harold
put your
Letterman
own
got to
shit
go,
on.
bro.
We put
Harold
your
Letterman
own
got to
shit
go,
on.
bro.
But
He got to go, bro.
Danny Jacobs
But
was
us,
in them middle rounds.
I think
But he
Jacobs
yeah, yeah,
won
yeah,
though,
yeah. He
man.
can't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He picked up like I think about the seventh, eighth round. It started closing the gap. He started closing the gap. He found his rhythm.
Right.
But Selesky looked a lot smarter than there last night. Danny Jacobs had to be about 170. Selesky looked like his shorts was gonna fall off at one point. Like, he couldn't even fit them bitches. So I don't know what was going on with that. But let's get into the Jermall Charlo thing. What y'all think
Let
about
me show,
Jermall
let me show my
Charlo?
little shot
Oh,
real
go
quick
ahead,
here,
X.
bro.
Go ahead, X. My bad, brother.
Yeah. Regardless of whoever you felt won, this fight was not supposed to be competitive. Danny Jacobs was a 16-1
wait a minute,
favorite
bro.
coming
Wait a
into
minute, bro.
this
So
Nah,
was an undefeated motherfucker that
All right,
knocked
hold
out
on. Let
15
me
out of
Hold
finish
five.
my
on,
point.
hold on.
Let
Let
me
him get it.
And he is strong, tough
All right.
let him
motherfucker.
get
You can't
in.
tell us
You
no
gonna
supposed to
make
be
my point,
competitive,
then you
bro.
go on ahead
Hey,
and
hold
jump
on,
in.
Monty. Hold on, Monty. Let him finish. Let Trey finish. Let him finish. We got things.
Yeah. What I'm saying is Jacobs was a 16-1 favorite coming into the fight. Selecki had 26 fights and he only had 10 knockouts at 154 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So he was looked at like a safe opponent. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like when I watched the fight live, man, I ain't gonna lie, I had Selecki winning by a point. But I will say that I'm not the best judge when it comes to watching the shit the first time. So I got to go back and watch it.
Me either, bro. Me either. I get caught up in the action and shit.
That's fair.
Plus,
That's
That's
fair,
fair
Trey.
too. Yeah, that's fair too. Cause I watch, I see some shit. Sometimes you do miss a lot of shit, bro. And I'm gonna tell y'all missed a lot of shit. So y'all need to go watch that motherfucker over.
Nigga,
We
y'all
missed
missed some
shit. We
shit too,
seen.
dog. Y'all, I don't know
We
what the fuck
seen.
y'all
No,
saw.
look.
Yeah,
I'm
we
a
seen
fan.
that. We was watching that shit
When I watch
live.
the
We
fight,
got the
bro,
whole footage.
I'm a
We
fan
got the
of
whole footage
Selecki,
for you.
bro.
I see you the link.
I'm a fan of Selecki, so I know what he is and I saw his work, bro. That's why I say
At the end of the day, Danny Jacobs was
hold on.
not landing effective
Let me say this,
shot
bro.
in like
Let me
round
say
1
this,
to
bro.
7.
At the
Go
end of the
ahead.
day, Selecki was fighting off of Danny Jacobs' pace. He didn't try to go forward and try to finish shit. He didn't try to go forward and do nothing. No, that's the thing. He was doing good countering, bro, because he can counter, bro. But Danny Jacobs still controlled the pace in the fight, bro. Go watch it, bro. You go see him control the pace,
I
bro.
don't think so, man. Danny missed so
Bro,
many
he
shots
missing
early, bro.
hella
He was
shots out
wailing.
there, bro.
Yeah, man, that's part of ring
because it
generalship, and
was
that goes
going
into ring
every
Christopher
generalship.
King
minute,
can
bro.
play
But
for it. Can I say something, y'all? Christopher
He
King can
Yeah,
play
missed
for
shit,
us.
but
Can I
get
say
countered
something?
all night.
Can I say something?
go ahead.
Christopher King, now, when you came on my live this morning on Facebook, I want y'all to go follow me on Facebook, man. That boxing shit, I run that on. Follow
Yeah,
me,
you added
correct
me, homie.
ILTBA.
Big ups, bro. You added me.
But look, Christopher King, you came on there, and this is why I got the hot. This is why I gave you the ILTBA. Sit your ass down the water.
You can
You
give me
talking
one
about?
whatever you want.
This nigga,
No, but
man.
you
Jacobs
talking
too.
about? No, hold up. Let me explain to you why. Because you gonna say that Selecki just because he was 154, he moving up 160. That Daniel Jacobs just supposed to knock him out. Well, damn.
Yeah. What did old boy say? What old boy tell Golovkin? I forgot who Curtis Stevenson was fighting before he fought Golovkin. He told the nigga, he said, I'm going to show him what you do with a 154-pounder. He said, I'm going to show you what you do. He said, I'm going to show you what you do for a 154-pounder. I'm a stretcher. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he was. I thought, man,
I
Selecki was a
understand what
tough
you're
guy,
saying
man.
though, because
Yeah, I was talking a little bit of shit there, bro. Selecki is a tough fighter.
nah, but
I didn't
look,
expect.
when you like listen, look, I'll give y'all credit. Selecki put on a good fight last night, but whether we think he was moving up from 154 to 160, when you're undefeated, you're undefeated. And them guys are tough to be beat, especially when they don't know how to lose.
Well, they still got to acclimate to the weight, though.
I agree with that.
You still got to acclimate to the weight. At the end of the day,
But the
shit,
thing is this,
motherfucking.
bro.
Hold
154 to
on.
160 is not. Yeah, I know it's a different thing, but the make 154, that nigga's still a big motherfucker. So he just got to come down on weight. So to go up one class, bro, it ain't like you went up that far.
Man, that shit hard. That shit hard, especially
No.
in my hold on. Especially in my casual boxing talk voice. That
Look,
weight
bro,
bully Danny Jacobs.
man,
That
fuck
motherfucker
your
was about
casual
180
boxing.
last
Casual
night.
boxing
Yeah.
talk. Look,
You still couldn't do
Trey,
shit.
Look, that was a good move for Selecki, though,
Hey,
bro.
Trey.
That's what I say.
Yes, sir.
Trey,
Yes,
Trey,
sir.
let me ask you something, Trey. So
Yes,
this is what I'm saying right here. So with some fighters in boxing, because I go to all these boxing gyms I visit, I talk to a lot of fighters. Don't y'all probably think that Selecki was killing himself making 154 and that his body felt better at 160?
Okay, I
That's a possibility.
I understand that because he was 6'1", but he still got to get used to getting hit by 160 pounders. That's part of getting acclimated.
Man, getting hit is
Especially
getting
with
hit,
10
bro.
hours.
Getting hit, bro.
Hey, no. Especially with them.
It's probably some motherfuckers at 154 that hit harder than 160 pounds.
But it's different though. That weight.
Bro.
Danny Jacobs was 180 last night. That nigga did not step on the scale again,
That
bro.
motherfucker didn't
That
come in
nigga
no
was a
160
legit
either.
180.
That motherfucker came in big. That nigga was big too.
No, he came in at one. No. Selecki came in at 166, my brother. He did the Golovkin last night.
Yeah, but when you got defense, know how to make a motherfucker. Y'all saw Danny Jacobs miss some punches.
Man, stop defending Danny Jacobs. Let's get into it, man. My Texas, my Richmond hitter, right outside Houston hitter, Jermall Charlo, gonna do what he supposed to do and take them ears. He gonna pop Danny Jacobs' head off, dog.
Knock them
I'm not
ears off his
playing with him,
head.
dog. Hell yeah, he gonna take them ears and pop his head off him, man. I hope Jermall Charlo.
I got Jermall winning too.
I hope Jermall Charlo give him a Texas deep motherfucking ass cleaning, dog.
No,
I'm sick of this shit,
Texas.
dog.
Hey, bro,
It's gonna be a new king in Brooklyn and shit.
Hell yeah, the king of Richmond and the king of fucking Brooklyn. Texas niggas running Brooklyn now.
Telling y'all, man. Daniel Jacobs,
I ain't mad at you.
Amateur.
I ain't mad at you. I'm mad at
I'm
you for
from
making it a
Texas,
50-50 fight.
I told you, man,
Look,
it's a
I'm from
50-50 fight
Texas.
that I got Jermall winning. Shit.
I'm in Texas too, correct?
But look though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you from Texas. Where you from? So Trey, where you from in Texas?
We all out here, bro.
Yeah, I'm from Central Texas, bro, but I lived in Dallas.
Yeah,
You
I'm
in
from Cali,
Dallas.
but been in Houston.
Trey, you in Dallas?
Now that's really like my main stomping ground. That's where I got love for. That's why I went to school at and shit. You know what I'm saying?
We definitely got to link.
Yeah, Google Hangouts been tripping lately, dog.
Nigga started talking about, oh, you from Texas? Click.
Eddie Hearn was like, "No, fuck this Texas shit. This is
Fuck them Texas niggas,
Eddie Hearn say,
yeah,
guys, don't talk about Joshua. Click him the fuck out. You know
yeah,
that
oh
one?
yeah, that nigga be on some nut shit though. But yeah, man, we talking before Corey jump back on.
This
That's a
shit
good
kicked me
fight,
out,
Hey, I
bro.
think I think we
but
should let one
yeah, me
person talk.
too.
One person talk at a time. Maybe won't kick our ass out.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. So everybody else, when somebody talking, just mute, and I'll just let you know who to go ahead and go.
Yeah, just say who to go next,
Hey,
bro.
I'm gonna let y'all know who to go. So everybody mute and Corey. Right after I put you on, we gonna do it that way. But yeah, I agree it's a 50-50 fight, and I agree that wasn't Danny Jacobs' best yesterday. He really trying to press in front of that Brooklyn crowd. When you fight at home, it's different though. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of pressure for you to deliver a knockout. He said it last night, and I don't expect Danny Jacobs, real trail talks and boxing talk. I don't expect him to fight like that versus Jermall Charlo. I think he gonna stick behind his power and his speed. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. Danny Jacobs is not that good, dog. As far as his boxing resume, man, he not that good. Now, I don't have nothing against the guy. I just look at it and say he got dropped by Pirog. He was early. He could have been sick. He comes back, build himself back up, get dropped by Sergio Mora. He beat a Peter Quillen that was almost retired in boxing. He gave his belt up.
And caught him on
First,
the
he got pieced up.
equilibrium. Caught him on the equilibrium. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Hey,
then
stop it, Chris.
everything
Yeah,
go down.
but
Stop it.
hold on. No, I'm not gonna stop it because you gotta look at it. He came in versus Peter Quillen, okay, who got pieced up by Rosado. They robbed Rosado of that fight, stopped it, came up, gave his belt up, and basically Andy Lee got the belt. He drew with Andy Lee. Then he told me he didn't want to box no more. That nigga wasn't boxing. Came in versus Danny Jacobs and Peter Quillen. A lot of people I picked Peter Quillen just because I didn't think Danny had a jaw. Danny pieced his ass up, okay. Then he fought Caleb Truex in between there and stuff of that nature. Like I'm saying, dog, his resume. He is. Like I said, I like Charlo winning over Trout and Williams better than any other win that he got. You can give him a moral victory for Triple G. You want to say, oh, he beat Triple G,
He
give him a
beat him.
moral victory. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. I thought he beat Triple G. At the end of the day, what BoxRec say he didn't beat him. But at the end of the day, he is never really a world champion. He was a paper WBA champion. His credentials fail in comparison to Jermall Charlo. I don't care what nobody say.
That's
Jermall was
why.
a real world champion. He
That's
held a
why I was.
real title, not a
And
not an
CJ,
underboss title. Go ahead.
That's why I was pissed off when he kept talking about I'm making M's. I swear, bro, I was gonna make my video saying exactly the shit you said, bro. Cause he
But
pissed
some
me off when he got to saying I'm getting M. You only got M's against Triple G, nigga. Other than that, the competition wasn't really that stiff, and you got your ass dropped to Sergio Moore. You went down. That's how I know Charlo go catch him, bro. I'm
But
telling you,
yeah, like
he
I
gonna
said, it's a
catch him.
50-50 fight, and I think it's a good fight. My problem with the fight is nothing inside the ring. I think this fight deserves a world championship on the line. I really do. I think Andrade and
Now,
Shevchenko deserve that IBF title on the line.
fuck that belt, cause the winner can fight for a belt. This
Yeah,
right
that
here
is true. Both of
is
them,
the
both of them
best
is the
fight, the best,
mandatory.
bro.
Yeah, both of them is the mandatory. But I think for the American public, because how they want to spin this shit, that's why it's very important for them for Tank to
Hey,
jump Albert Machado and get the Super WBA belt. To do that, it's very important to have a championship belt on one of them cards. But at the end of the day, it's a fight that I want to see. But I would rather see Danny Jacobs go whoop on Canelo or Charlo, and then Jamal whoop on the other one. But at the end of the day, I'll be happy to see them brothers
Whoop
fight
on
each
no
other.
Canelo. Canelo will
Ooh,
tear Jacob's
okay.
ass up.
Hell no.
Clint
Canelo will
Jabbar
tear
Canelo,
Jacob's
or
ass up.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
I
man.
Canelo
think
will
I'm,
tear
I,
so.
I,
Jacob's ass up.
I think Canelo beat
It's my turn.
Jacobs.
all right, what y'all think about? Go ahead. I'm gonna go to Corey. We're gonna go to Corey, Black,
Hold up. Let
Colossal,
me see
Money, and then Trey. Go ahead, Corey. Go ahead. You got
what
it.
did you say? What we think about what?
Danny and Jamal Charles. Just give me your little synopsis,
I think
your little
right now,
2 cents on that.
listen, bro. Listen. I
Leave
don't
Canelo alone,
listen. Yeah,
Ray.
y'all
Leave
absolutely
Canelo
correct.
alone, Ray.
No. Hold up. We absolutely correct on what y'all say about Dave Jacobs. The only one thing he's never been was a real world champion. But you have to give a dude his respect for his amateur background, the pedigree that he has came up, because when Daniel Jacobs was coming up, he was always known as that guy who was going to go to that next level. Now, understand that in boxing, this is boxing. One punch, you can get hit. It trips me out when guys sit up here and say, oh, his chin, he got hit against this guy. Anybody could get knocked the fuck out if you get hit correctly on any day. This is boxing. You know, we know that. I'm telling you, as witty as Daniel Jacobs, I'm talking about the adversity that Daniel Jacobs done been through. I'm talking about them been in some wars with some good fighters. I'm telling y'all, if y'all just think Jermall Charlo gonna beat this guy, y'all need to cut the bullshit.
Yeah, I think Danny gonna win.
Cut the bullshit. That's my guy.
Go ahead, Jarrell.
I think Danny gonna win, but it is a 50-50 fight. The thing that worried me is can he take that punch of Jermall? Because Jermall is, you know, he come out early. You know what I'm saying? Jermall to me still doesn't fight behind his jab enough and try to set that shit up. You know what I'm saying? He just got a knack for being able to, you know, land that right hand. You know what I'm saying? He got a good left hook as well. I just think Danny, that fighter's instinct to come out. I think when he in exchanges, he shortened his punches up a little straighter. You know what I'm saying? I think he can beat Jermall, honestly. You know what I'm saying? If he can survive that power, I think that he can out hustle and outbox him in spurts and win a decision, especially if it's in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a 50-50 fight.
My thing about that is if Jermall, like you said, if Jermall loses jab, it's lucky he had a good jab. His jab, you know, if you look at that tape and know that, because Charlo got a good jab too, and he used that jab, he gonna get Danny all type of problem.
Charlo got the best jabs in the business.
No.
Yeah, it's real straight. His jab is straight. I don't know.
Hey, Colossal boxing
out there.
The strongest jabs in the business. That's what I meant to say.
What's good?
Colossal boxing talk.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this question. Have Jermall Charlo the type of resume as Daniel Jacobs?
Arguably, yes.
Repeat that. I couldn't hear you. Could you repeat that, bro? You was breaking up.
I said have Jermall Charlo, Colossal boxing fought the same resume.
He asked about the resume. Dude. What about Danny? Who got the better resume, basically? Jermall or Danny?
I mean, I give it to Jermall because you can't forget he got K9 on his resume when he took the title. He got J-Rock, he got Austin Trout.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it to him, but it's not by that much. But
can I read the resume? Because I'm sitting up here looking at the box rec. I'm looking at Danny Jacobs' box rec. So can I read off his biggest wins?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
He beat Ishai Smith.
Bro, hold on before you go to Ishai Smith. Nobody, hold on, I'm gonna say it like I said last night. Nobody has ever stopped Ishai Smith, dog. Ishai Smith will fought a lot of
incredible.
He hard to look good against.
Ishai, you get credit for Ishai. Ishai's still a dog. He's still in this shit right now. But come on, man.
That's why I named him. I'm giving him credit. I give him credit for. I think that's one of his biggest wins.
Go ahead, bro.
But then you got Caleb Truex, Sergio Mora, Peter Quillen, Luis Arias, and Selecki. I mean,
but that Caleb Truex victory looked better now since he was a champion. It looked better. Got to give him that.
Yeah, I give him that. That's true. But Jermall beat champions too. But look,
who Jermall?
But the thing is this:
I'm about to go there now, bro.
You can't knock this neither. You can't knock Triple G. He did fight Triple G, and I had him beating Triple G. So you got to put Triple G on the resume, even though he lost. It still was experience, and it still was a big fight. So you got to give him credit for that.
Hey, me next.
Yeah, go ahead. Then we're gonna jump into this. We're gonna end off. I ain't gonna take too much of your time. We're gonna end off with some Joshua and some Wilder. That 50 million. I'm touching
boxing here,
man. Look, bro.
Nobody trying to move. We boxing here.
Go ahead. Look, bro. This nigga Eddie Hearn must be paying y'all light bill some shit, man. I don't know what's going on, but look, man.
Eddie Hearn. I'm not giving a fuck about him.
Look, man. I'm tell you like this. Shit. Danny Jacobs, bro. After that last performance, I'm gonna be honest with you. Last week when I did a stream, I said I have a 50-50. You know what I mean? After seeing that performance yesterday, man, I'm really questioning his power. You know what I mean? And going against Charlo, bro, I don't think he gonna have. I don't think he got nothing for Charlo, bro. Lions only, dog. That nigga gonna come in there. He gonna fuck around and get stopped by Jermall. He gonna fuck around and get stopped by Jermall flat out. You know what I mean? And that motherfucker he struggled with a 154 pounder. You know what I mean? And I felt like if Selecki had more power, that nigga would have been laying on the mat, face down, ass up. You know what I mean? And when Jermall get a hold of him, that's what he gonna be, face down, ass up, man. Mark my word, dog. He ain't got nothing for
Black
Jermall.
Horse.
I get it. He calling him out, but them ears gonna be flapping all over that motherfucking ring
Black Horse.
until he hit that mat.
Hold
Black
on, Ray.
Horse.
What's up?
Can I
Let's
ask
do
you
it
a
this way,
question,
Ray.
Black
So it's up to
Horse?
me, Ray.
Can I ask you a question, Black Horse?
What's happening?
Can you give Daniel Jacobs credit because he was getting hit by some flush shots against the Lucky and his chin held up? Because
Yeah,
when we
That
seen
weight.
But
but
that's what he was
Selecki
saying.
only
He was saying if it was against Jamal, that wouldn't have been the
That's what
case.
I'm
That's
saying.
what he
I
was
give
Hey,
him
saying.
credit for
hey,
not
hold on,
getting
y'all. Hold
not
on,
getting
y'all.
stopped
Let's
by
keep it going,
154
CJ. Let's
pounds.
keep it
I
on
get him
track.
that.
Let's keep it on track. Let's keep
Hold
it
on,
on
let's.
track.
I'm gonna read this. Broner, hold on. This is Eddie Hearn talked about the much bigger Broner Vargas card than crowd than Lucky. Broner and Vargas, I was at that fight this past weekend. Did about 14,000. Danny Jacobs just did under 8,000 people attendance in his own hometown
But
of Brooklyn, New York.
we know that attendance is gonna be like that though. So
But no, I'm just trying to wonder if him and Fat Cheeseburger Crisco Sweat Miller from Brooklyn, how does a nigga from Ohio and Baltimore come in and
bigger
sell out the joint
superstar, bigger
almost?
superstar.
Hey,
Yeah,
Not even, not
hey,
even bigger
Charlo and
superstar. I mean,
Javante Davis
look.
do way more
Yeah,
Yeah,
Charlo.
do way
Javante
hey,
better
Davis. I
numbers
was at the
there
bar.
than
Then
Hold
they
on,
than
real
promote
quick.
themselves as
talking
well, though,
about
too, bro.
King
They
of New
promote.
But
York,
the thing
nigga.
They
about this
promote
is, the
themselves
thing
as
about
well,
this
too.
is, when I tell you, bro, at the Barclays Center, Tank Davis had the whole lower bowl. They all was from Maryland, bro. He sold the whole lower bowl out,
That's
bro.
why. That's why Tank. That's why I tell people Tank will be a pay per view star. I tell
Yeah, man, I
people.
believe it. I didn't believe it. If
Yeah,
you would have
Yeah,
told me this
yeah.
before
I
last
don't
week,
believe that.
bro, I wouldn't have
I don't
believed it.
believe that.
And then
I'm telling
Brooklyn
you, bro.
came out. When I tell you, dog, it was like a fucking fashion show out there. Like every nigga from Brooklyn was in that bitch. That bitch was packed
Right.
out, dog.
That nigga
Ray,
But
look,
barbershop
Danny,
had
Ray,
all
guess what?
kind of
Ray,
video on that
we gonna
shit.
keep this on track though. But Ray, Javante Davis is a young star because he got the people, the young people. He got these fucking rappers. He got ball
Under
players.
Armour.
Exact underarm, and he still got Mayweather behind him, bro. Regardless of what the motherfuckers say, I say it's better to have
I
your
don't see
team
him
work
doing
for
that
you than
superstar.
against you. Javante Davis will be a pay per view superstar, Ray. The
I
kid is
mean,
gonna be a star.
I think out of the
Mm-mm.
young people, dog, if he stay focused, I seen it with my own eyes, correct. The nigga is a sale, dog. The nigga
Exactly,
is a
bro.
pool, dog. I'm
And
not gonna lie.
and
Hey, when
and
y'all
he
get
put
through, let me
and he
get my
put on
little
top
take on
notch
that Brandon
performance.
Jacobs fight
And
with
he
Dan.
get go ahead, bro. Go
All right, we
ahead,
got you.
bro.
All
And
right,
he put
hold
top.
on, Moni. Go ahead, Trey X.
Oh yeah,
My
I
bad, bro.
want
My
to
bad, Trey. My
read.
bad, Trey.
Oh, it's all good, bro. I want to read the the resume for Charlo too. His best wins is K9 Bondrich, Austin Trout, J Rock, Sebastian Highland, and Hugo Centeno Jr. Those are the best wins that I see.
They
But
don't
it's
sound that good.
Hey, Trey, but look, Trey, this is what I'm saying. That's why we got to give him credit. Because didn't old boy B Centennial?
I give both of them credit. Yep,
oh
Selecki
yeah,
knocked his
yeah,
ass
Selecki,
out.
yeah,
Selecki
he
Knocked
did.
his
He
ass
did.
out, Ray. Knocked him out.
So
Uh-huh.
don't we got to give Lucky credits to say Lucky is a
That's why I
because
said
think about it, Hugo Centeno was a high prospect
See,
before that
high
fight.
prospect. High prospect.
my
But
biggest
when you
problem
come
with
in
Selecki
190,
My biggest
damn
problem with
near.
Selecki is he only had 10 knockouts in 26 fights at 54. So he wasn't going to be much of a puncher at 160.
But in his
But like I
last
said the
six
other day about
fights, though,
the
he
last
turned
thing I
into
said
a
about
knockout artist.
Selesky, yeah, the last 7 fights before he didn't knock out Cole, he had 7 straight knockouts though. But the thing about Hugo, man, remember J Rock made Hugo quit. You know
Made him
that came
quit.
to a
That's
no
why I questioned his
contest.
sword. Did you see my video? He made it pissed. That was J Rock's biggest fight to that date, and J Rock was pissed off and he cried. Somebody couldn't see. He told his corner stopped it, but nigga, you stopped it, nigga, because J Rock finna get in that ass, and he
Yeah,
Hell
got
yeah.
his
yeah,
But
and
ass
let me
Hey,
let me
knocked
Money
give him a
out.
Brown,
little
Money
take.
Brown,
Let me give him a
Hey,
little
Money
take real
Brown, and
quick,
Christopher King.
Go
and
Go
Money
let me
ahead.
get
ahead.
Brown,
out the way.
yeah,
I got a
yeah,
question
bro.
for y'all because Christopher King and Money Brown, I got a question for y'all. Y'all said that Javante Davis and Adrian Broner did better than Daniel Jacobs with the crowd situation. Well, of course they're gonna do better with him. They more of
Right. I'm not.
talkative
I
guys.
won't even bring that up, right? Because I know they bigger superstars in the
But it's
promotion
not
with
even
Brooklyn,
about being
bro.
bigger superstars, nigga. You at the crib in your own
That's your
hometown finna
house,
show you.
yeah.
But we know.
Please
But
believe,
we know. But
me,
we.
dog.
Yeah, bro.
Hold on,
But
hold on. Let me
Hey,
tell you a hypothetical real quick. Let me tell you a hypothetical. Please believe me. Let's say Tony Harrison had beat Swift Jerry Hurd, bro. If Tony Harrison beat Swift Jerry Hurd, brought the IBF back to Detroit, niggas filling that bitch out, dog. Period. And the Brooklyn the same way. To me, it's like, dude, Danny Jacobs is like 4 or 5 years older
but
than
no.
Adrian Broner and about 10 years older almost 10 years older than motherfucking Javante Tank Davis, dog.
Look,
You're
you
not
And
look
then
gonna
at
get
Brooklyn,
more
look,
fans.
look. This all this
You're
all
not
how
gonna
about
sell
not?
out arenas just talking about you a cancer survivor. You gotta do more,
exactly.
bro.
I
And
mean,
I'm
but at the end of the day,
Black
why he not?
Horse.
Why he can't fill out at home? Why he can't fill out
But
at
Chris
home?
King,
Brooklyn
Bernard
Buckler,
Hopkins wasn't no star till late in his career.
but he really
He don't
never
have.
fought. He never fought in Philly. If
Yeah,
he,
he
I'm
oh
never
guarantee
had
you,
that.
if
I mean,
Bernard,
he got out of jail and he would fight. He was just trying to make
Bernard.
it. You know what I'm saying?
if he
Yeah,
Danny
fought in Philly,
Jacobs.
bro, he's selling that bitch out, bro.
Yeah,
yeah,
now,
but
yeah, of
Noy came
course,
up.
yeah.
But Noy came up from winning them belts. Like I say, it's all about who you fight to. Like if Jacob was fighting real big names at home, bro, and he was being promoted, like I ain't gonna say promoted because I ain't gonna say that shit because I love Al, but it's all about the who you fought. And then, like we say, we cannot forget though that cancer shit. It did. How long you was out the ring from that cancer shit? Like
Now,
that.
2 years. I think.
Yeah, so that took a little toll. He came back though, and he doing what he doing. It's just that he ain't the type of talker to draw motherfuckers. You know, with
But,
the controversy and shit. You know what happened when
but
you
the
one of
nigga
them
at the
superstar
crib though,
fighters.
that's Brooklyn, nigga. Brooklyn ain't like Manhattan,
Yeah,
dog.
no
It's a whole
doubt.
bunch of
Brooklyn
white.
love boxing
It's
too.
a little bit
Brooklyn
of
love
black
Hey,
boxing.
people.
boxing
Nigga, it's
clinic.
niggas in Brooklyn, nigga.
Yeah,
Hey,
Brooklyn
boxing
Man, it was
love
clinic.
little.
boxing.
Hold on before you go to. But hold on, Black Horse. Then you had niggas in there rooting for AB, nigga. I'm sitting next to
Yeah,
AP.
cause he cause
Christopher King,
right,
that's Adrian Broner though,
right. He
bro.
don't have
Stop trying to
that.
compare
Look,
Christopher King. That's Adrian Broner, bro.
That's a
That's
nigga from
We
Ohio
can't
Ohio,
though,
compare.
bro.
nigga. That's a nigga from
look.
Ohio. That's a
Do,
nigga from
do
Ohio, nigga.
Danny
Niggas
Jacobs
in
That's
do
Detroit don't
Danny Jacobs
respect
Adrian
got that
Ohio
Broner
niggas
superstar
like
though.
that.
appeal? Do Danny Jacobs got a superstar appeal to y'all? He don't have that superstar appeal, bro. He don't
I
have
guess
He
that.
that's what it
But
is.
he
I
say
just
he the
thought that
king though.
Brooklyn. Yeah, he said the king of Brooklyn, man. What you the
I
king
think
of?
now.
I mean,
I
it looked
think
like
now he
Adrian
got. He
Broner
got.
the
What you
king
the
of
king
Brooklyn.
of,
But
nigga?
he got to fight though. I think he got to fight that people really
How you
demanding. You know
touching
what I'm
M's,
saying?
nigga?
Yeah, that
You know
nigga
he
said,
got to
man.
fight that he can now.
Hey,
He
Can
can
I say
let me
something?
he
make
can
my
use
pick.
Jermall to
Hold
sell
on, hold on,
himself.
hold
Nigga
on. I'm
touching the
gonna let
mat.
Corey go ahead and say it. I'm gonna let Corey go and then then Black
No,
Horse
no,
can
no,
promote
I was
it.
gonna
no,
Then
say
we
no,
let
go.
no,
Trey
no. We
go,
gonna
man.
go
He didn't
this
even
way,
give his
bro.
take.
We coming back
Oh,
this
go
way.
ahead,
Hey,
Trey. Go
look.
ahead.
First
Go
off,
ahead.
Yeah,
Corey then
go ahead, Trey.
Trey.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Go ahead,
Trey.
yeah,
Trey.
yeah. I'm leaning strongly towards Charlo in this fight, and I got a couple of reasons. I ain't gonna hog the mic. Now, now Charlo, it's because he's younger, man, and he ain't gonna take no for an answer very easily. One thing I live
one of
by
my
when it comes to
points.
sports is out with the old and in with the new. Things change in sports, and this landscape will change.
Facts on
And at the
facts.
same time, I feel like that Jermall Charlo is a bad matchup for Jacobs because I feel like Jacobs is susceptible to the jab because when he's on the outside, he puts his weight on his front foot too much, and that makes it hard to elude the jab. That's why you'll see from fighters like Triple G all the way to lower level fighters, they'll hit Jacobs with that jab. Jermall Charlo has one of the best jabs in boxing, so I think it's just a bad matchup for Jacobs.
My
Now,
turn. My
no, Ray,
turn.
it's my turn, Ray. You had
Nah,
your turn.
nigga.
Look, bro.
You're dead.
Jacobs, one hell of a fighter, Ray. I give Jacobs all the credit in the world. I'm a fan of his, bro. I am a fan, bro. And Jacobs can knock you the fuck out. So he do got power. The thing is this with Jermall Charlo, bro. As my man said it, it's the youth, the grit, and the determination of these young fucking kids that's coming up. And they are not afraid, bro. These kids are not like Jermall is not afraid of getting hit, bro. And that's what's gonna turn it on for Danny Jacobs. Because I'm telling you, once you get to walk them down that strong, the Charlos, they got the strongest jabs in the game, bro. That's what I meant. Them boys, when they hit your ass with a jab, it feel like a hook, bro. So once he get it on, bro, he start going to Jacob ass like that. And Jacobs, like I say, if Sergio Moore can put you down, and I know what you're saying, right? Anybody can go down in boxing, but if Sergio Moore can put you down, bro, I know for a fact.
It's a bad look, yeah, if
I
he
know
put
for
you
a
down.
fact
He
that
chinny,
Jamal
bro.
is gonna drop his ass, bro. And
Hey,
I ain't saying
man.
he go do it. And I like Danny. And look, Danny Jacobs can catch Jamal and catch because Danny Jacobs got power. You know, he drops a luck. I mean, what he got? 29 knockouts. So you can't knock him on the power though. But when you look at Jamal and you see them kids physical build, bro, Danny Jacobs not gonna bully them. He's not gonna try to come forward, and Danny Jacobs will go back in that fight, bro. And Jamal know how to cut the ring up on his ass and make him sit down and fight. And that's where the problem gonna come in at, and that's when the power gonna take over, bro. And them boys shoot from the chin, and they know how to shoot from the right angles, bro, and catch your ass. And it's gonna be a hell of a fight. Look, Danny Jacob is gonna be in the fight, Ray. Credit, he's gonna be in the
No, no,
fight.
no.
But I
No,
just
I
got
ain't dis-
Charlo catching his ass.
no, I ain't disagreeing with you guys. All you guys make excellent points. But I just want to get back on Christopher King and Black Horseman when they talking about the turnout. You got to understand everything that was surrounding that turnout. Christopher King, why the hell you think you went to Brooklyn? Just are the stories and the lead up to everything around that card, bro.
At the end of the day, though, it ain't even about
But
whatever
the main event
fighter.
is
You
that
at
of
the
the track.
crib.
You know what I'm saying? If you're in the main event, that's
It
what
was
they
a
But
come
y'all
better
for.
not y'all
card
forgetting
than
this,
ATL put
dog.
on.
Y'all forgetting this, dog. This nigga at the crib, bro. At the crib, nigga. I just know
Yeah.
how we do in Detroit. If any of our top fighters fight at the crib, dog, they bringing the belt back, man. Even
This
I went to
nigga,
K9 and Ishay Smith, nigga showing out. Nigga selling that bitch
Yeah,
out,
bro.
period.
When Wilder fought in Birmingham, bro, like that, the bitch was packed. You know what I'm saying? I was there. You know what I'm
when
saying?
Terrence
Bitches.
Crawford
But
fighting
bro,
Omaha,
we know
Yeah.
packed.
Danny Jacob is not the biggest star in New York, bro. We know that, but he is
But
a
he said
fighter.
he the king
So
of Brooklyn.
yeah,
Well, he
but
just
look,
said that
look
last
numbers he
night
did.
though. I ain't
Yeah,
never hear him
Yeah,
say that shit
I mean,
before.
he
everybody,
just saying it. He
everybody
said
know
he the
he
king
the
of
king of
Brooklyn. He
Brooklyn,
said he
but
He's
walking the
touching
joint. He
M's
eating the
though.
but we just
cheesecake.
know, bro.
He ain't
We don't
walking
have
to the cheesecake.
I guess as long as he touching M's, that's all that matters.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We
Some
know,
niggas care about the
Right.
M's,
we
but
know
they
for
don't
a
Right. He
fact,
care.
bro.
touching
You know what
M's
I'm
though.
saying? You know what I'm saying?
He not fit to sell out no
All right.
motherfucking
We about to switch. We about to switch it up real quick. We got to come to an end real quick, almost. But let's talk about the 100. Let's talk about the $50 million deal. What y'all take on that, man? The $50 million deal. Joshua Wilder. What y'all believe, man? It's been a hot topic on the
Let me go
internet.
first
We
this
go,
time, bro.
go ahead, Moni.
Look, ain't no way in hell Eddie Hearn letting Anthony Joshua take no $50 million deal and Matchroom ain't getting none of that money. He felt like if Joshua get 50 million, Eddie Hearn want 50 million. I know it ain't gonna happen, bro. It's not
It
gonna
don't
happen.
work that way. Eddie Hearn,
It's
he's
not gonna happen.
delusional.
They talk. I know. No, that they. I'm exaggerating a little bit. He ain't gonna get no 50 million, but I'm just saying he want his money. And for them to say they talking to Joshua with 50 million. Eddie Hearn ain't gonna take the deal, bro. You see how the way he talking, bro. He gonna find every way around it. That's not how you do business. That's not how you do this. That probably ain't gonna happen just because they offering 50 million. But I'm happy Wilder and them calling this bluff.
Bruh, simply put, Eddie Hearn don't want that shit to happen, man. He got every excuse. He know Al and Shelly Finkel good with the money. They ain't
Hold
gonna
on,
put
brother.
nothing out there.
Let me just say this, bro. I'm taking that mess. Yeah, look, he won't Tyson Fury before he want Wilder, bro. He gonna do everything he could to stall that fight to get that
Look at his
Tyson
ass
Fury
beat.
Joshua fight before he get that fucking Wilder fight, bro. Because Wilder gonna knock him the fuck out. So he want to get that Tyson Fury money first before he go to Wilder. Because Eddie Hearn, he don't give a fuck about nothing but money, bro. He don't give a fuck about no Anthony Joshua for real. All
That's
he care
two
about
L's.
is the money, bro. That nigga want to drain that motherfucking well, bro, and he go do it.
And I mean,
Hey, the
I
funny
can't
thing
say I
about that.
blame
Go
him, but
ahead.
go ahead,
The funny thing about
CJ.
it is he told y'all niggas that, man, plenty of times. Joshua told y'all last year with Johnny Nelson, I might not fight Wilder in 2018, 2019, the year after that, the year after that. And then you
Right.
had Eddie Hearn. Then you had Eddie Hearn come on here last week saying that the fuck he say? He said that why would I risk, making $20 million fighting bums, and they basically buying whatever we put out in the UK for 20 or 27 or 25 or $27 of risk getting
Yep.
beat by Deontay Wilder. I mean, just listen. He telling you the truth though, but then he mixing a lot of bullshit. And these UK niggas,
Eating
believe
it
this
up,
nigga in
bro. They
blind
eating
faith.
that shit up, cause I can't. I got love for my UK people, but them motherfuckers, they be eating that
Facts.
shit up,
And
boy.
let me
But
say this,
like I
bro. And I'm gonna
said,
let y'all go. I'm sorry, bro. Look. That's what I say about us American fans. They get mad at me, but Cheddar Box know he my guy, man. I got a few more little UK people. But look, now if the shoes is on the other feet, bro, we had Wilder over here, and Wilder had all the belts and he had all the money, and Joshua was talking the shit that he was saying, how Wilder talking to him. What we'll be? We'll be like, nigga, we don't want to see you fight no motherfucker but Joshua.
yep.
Shit, we don't want to see you fight nobody. But them, they on this soft shit. Oh no, he ain't getting no money. He ain't doing this. We want him to fight. All right, well, that's y'all, man. That's why we so fucking tough over here. And that's why, even though they come out and support, we some ruthless motherfuckers. And we gonna stay that way. But
Yeah, we
go
got the
ahead,
best.
bro.
We got the bigger market. Go ahead.
Exactly.
Let's let the brother Trey X go real quick. Go ahead, Trey X.
All right, man. When I look at this situation, the main thing that jumps out to me is I feel like that Eddie Hearn doesn't feel like Anthony Joshua can win. And one of the major words that he uses a lot is risk. Like he was wondering why
Risk
Deontay
or
Wilder would
swerve
take
them.
a.
We're gonna swerve them. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead. I can't. Let me get my shit.
He can't help it.
I was I, he was saying how he was wondering why Wilder would take a big risk against a guy like Ortiz, and I think in Hearn's mind he is thinking, why would I make $50 million in this fight and sacrifice making big money down the line? Because if Joshua already pulling in 20 million a fight, he can have 5 fights and make $100 million. You know what I'm saying? But if he get knocked out by Wilder, ain't gonna be no more of that. So I think Eddie Hearn is like, man, why make this little money on the front? Well, not little money, but why make this 50 million on the front end and sacrifice making 100 million on the back end? I think he's looking at that as bad business. And the main thing from that is that he feels like Joshua can't win, because if he felt like he can win, he'll go get that money and keep getting money. But he's thinking that he might get knocked out. And let me say one more thing, and I'll give it up. I feel like that's a mistake, though, because I think Joshua is very vulnerable. I feel like he could get knocked off at any moment. So I think they need to go ahead and cash in and take that $50 million before it ain't no big fight opportunity.
But I think, see, what I think is that, yeah, Trey X, I agree with you in terms of,
Yeah,
Eddie
me
Hearn
too.
thinking it's
Hey,
bad
what's up,
business.
bro?
You know what I'm saying? But still, Joshua gonna always have them motherfuckers over in the UK coming out willing to support him, dish out the money. So yeah, he might not make the 20 million he making as an undefeated champion, but he ain't gonna make that much less. You know what I'm saying? What, 15 million, and Eddie Hearn still can't live with whatever he gonna make off that. I think Eddie Hearn just don't want to fucking risk this shit right now for whatever reason, whether it's
You think
money.
he'll still make big money if Deontay Wilder knock him out?
Yeah, cause
Look,
he
bro,
don't gotta
I
come on.
know, I know he
Righteously
will make big money, bro. Look, and
righteously
he
he
will
don't have
still
to
be a
come over
bigger
here.
draw. Yeah, he'll still be a bigger draw than Deontay Wilder, even if Wilder knock him out, bro.
Have a rematch. You know what I'm saying?
They
Just to
support that motherfucker.
What?
exact. I mean, look, he ain't gotta righteously. He don't gotta come over here. That's why they made the offer they made Wilder's team, so they can get the fight over here. So Wilder can have a better chance, just in case it go to distance. You know what I'm saying? So it can be even. But he don't have to come over here. He can fight whoever he want to fight over there in the UK and still make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Simply put, Eddie Hearn don't want to fight. I think Joshua want to fight. I don't think Joshua's scared of Wilder and vice versa. But Eddie Hearn is in his ear trying to maximize, his earning, which is what his promoter's supposed to do. So I can't be mad at him, but just say, hey, I don't want to fight right now. I'm trying to get more money, you know what I'm saying? And then we'll talk about it next year or 2020. Don't fucking drag everybody along like we don't see what's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
them
Yeah,
UK
My
you
motherfuckers don't
just
see
can't
what's
say
going
that.
on.
Yeah, you just can't say I don't want the fight or this and that, because then you make your country look soft and all them. I ain't gonna call them punk, but them UK
But they but
motherfuckers,
they,
they go
they
crazy
still
with
but
it.
they still gonna support his ass like he said. I know I went to Wilder 2018, 2019, 2020. He said that shit
Oh yeah,
on
when they were talking about that Star Power and all that shit. Yeah.
yeah, at the end of the day, man, it's just basically like it is what it is. I'm not gonna hold my breath for that fight. Hopefully Wilder just could go for 50 and break the Marciano record.
You know why I ain't
Just
gonna hold
keep
my
doing
breath
what he
too,
doing.
CJ? Because they don't have that many. Don't it ain't that like the heavyweight division just loaded. They gonna meet up soon. You know what I mean? So
I
it's
mean,
only gonna be
Tyson
people
Fury
he can
back
fight.
though, man. Tyson
Yeah, but
Fury, I
Tyson
mean,
Fury. That's true too. That's why I say he want that Tyson Fury fight before Wilder. And Return of the Mac is my guy. I fuck with Fury 100%. He's still the king to me. He's still the champion until AJ beat him. You know what I'm saying? Just like Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. You dig what I mean? They took the belt from Muhammad Ali, gave it to Frazier, but Frazier knew that Ali was still a champ. Even though Fury gonna have his fans over there, bro. And AJ got to beat Fury to me to really be the champion of them belts, because that man beat Klitschko ass first. You know what I mean?
He did, and you see that little thing that him and Joshua and Klitschko doing that little biopic or a little look back on their fight. Like that fight wasn't even that big in my opinion to do all that shit. Man, it was a good, solid. It was a
it
great
was a
fight.
great fight. It was a great fight there.
Yeah, but it
And then you got
wasn't. But man, if you remember but you think of the heavyweight fights they had in the '80s and the '90s, dog. Man,
Yeah, I
those
mean,
was
of
great
course
heavyweight
not.
fights, man.
And look
Yeah,
Man,
at
we
it like
thought
yeah.
this.
the
But look at it like this. Where did Klitschko reign most of y'all in 10 years? Over in Europe. You get what I mean? So of
he
course
never
they gonna
got
make
that
that bitch
respect in
that big.
America.
Yeah. And then AJ, he over in the fucking UK. So they knew that fight was gonna do big ass numbers, and that's how they did our shit. Cause they was over in Europe. That's they side of town. So that bitch was gonna do that shit. They would have never did that shit over here. I don't
AJ,
knock him though. I
man.
don't knock him. That shit was great for boxing, and it was a hell of a fight. But I'm just saying it
Yeah, it
is
was
what
great
it
for
is. You
heavyweight,
gotta
and
say
then
that.
Joshua should capitalize, take control of his career, and fight Wilder in the
Yeah.
USA and capitalize on that momentum because we thought that Klitschko and that David Haye was gonna bring heavyweight boxing back, and
That shit was
golly,
a
it
David
didn't
Hay.
fucking
dud.
do it.
David Hay, my toe was cut off.
Dog, that nigga made me mad. Nigga went to go get snacks, drinks, and
Right,
shit to
man.
watch that fight. That
I
fucked
just
me because
knowing
they had
Hay was gonna
the
do some good shit. I say,
yeah, man. I thought he was gonna
then he
do it. He
wanted to
had the
fight a little
Klitschko
bit at the
brothers.
end.
Yeah, then he had the Klitschko brother head on the
Oh, yeah,
the head cut off
decapitated.
and
Right, bro. And
decapitated
then
and shit.
at the end, he want to come and try to throw a few punches. I said, man, get your punk
Hurt
ass
his
on.
ass in the
Yeah, man,
final
that shit
round
was
too.
Yeah, could have did that shit in the beginning with a scary ass.
Right, Brian
But
Jennings did
yeah,
the
we
best
gonna go
job
ahead
on
and
that motherfucker.
hell yeah, Brian Jennings made Klitschko reevaluate his niggas forget that fight.
He
Brian
made
Jennings
him
was
up.
working
Made him
Klitschko
up.
ass.
Ain't
That
want to
was a
fight
good
in
fight.
America no more. That man want to fight in America. He like
He
fuck this
lost,
shit.
but that was a good ass
No,
fight. Good
but
ass showing.
I'm gonna say this too. The thing about Klitschko, bro, what he's doing, I'm happy that Rep did it over in the US of A. When Klitschko was fighting all these motherfuckers, when he was fighting Povetkin, and when he fought the sergeant motherfucker, me and him, we always argue. Steve Cunningham, I still love you, Steve, man, but you be acting like a chump. He was leaning on motherfuckers and shit and wearing them down, and then come on with the power. That referee was breaking his ass up, won't let him lean on Brian Jennings, and that's what's the problem with Klitschko is. I say you can use that weight that time, motherfucker, but he still
Yeah,
got Brian Jennings.
Tyson Fury came in bullying that nigga Steve Cunningham after that knockdown.
Yeah,
He
That was
knocked that nigga
fucked
down
up,
hard as
cuz. That's
hell.
the hell. I was like, what the fuck,
and
cuz?
that's
That's what.
and that's why Steve Cunningham mad at me because I told him you crying like a bitch because you lost to Andrew Tabiti, but you want to say Tabiti ran, he supposed to be a beast, this, that, and the third. I say you blew your chance with motherfucking Tyson Fury.
Well,
What happened with that? You blew your
Yeah.
you should have jumped on him. Your ass blew it. When you was running from him, boy, he was chasing him a little bit.
Tabiti is fighting Tabiti is fighting Latif Coyote by the way
Latif
too.
Coyote, I
That
saw
was
he
that.
he
official.
about to
He gonna
knock that motherfucker
yeah.
out.
I ain't heard Coyote motherfucking name since Antonio Tarver cheated him on steroids.
No, Luis Ortiz cheated him on steroids too on
Everybody
FS1.
cheat that nigga on
Oh yeah,
steroids.
yeah.
Then
Latif
they
said
got
I
a
can't
bad
get
look.
first shot. I can't get first shot.
That shit was that was the
Believe in
funniest
this
fucking
shit.
Showtime fight I can remember, dog. Cause they was beefing. Look, before I get off, they was beefing from Latif Coyote fight when Antonio Tarver is like he ain't that good or some shit. I
Right.
used to like Tarver. I used to like Tarver calling fights. Tarver was better than Paulie in my opinion at
Oh
his height.
man, no, Paulie,
Yeah,
Paulie
Tarver was
started
the
to make
dude.
Paulie started to piss me off a little bit, but Tarver, hell yeah, but Latif Coyote,
Yeah,
man,
Paulie a closet UK boy, nigga. For
man,
real,
you
he's a
see him,
closet
bro?
UK boy.
You see
He'll
him, bro?
closet
I
everybody,
swear to
bro.
God, bro. What the fuck he just said? He just said something about a fight. I think it was the Joshua fight. Like we really have to see. Like Eddie Hearn's right. He really got to
Hey,
prove he got to
TBC,
beat
can
us
I get a
up.
wrench,
What was?
bro?
Oh, go ahead, bro. Go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead,
I was
Black.
just I was just saying, can I get a wrench, man? I put a message in the chat.
Can you get a
Oh,
what?
A wrench.
I don't see that shit. I don't even know what a wrench is, bro. Hold on.
me neither.
Oh, oh, you don't know how to make me? Oh, okay. This must be your first live. If you just click on me,
Hey,
man, and
my
make me moderator, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, a wrench, that blue wrench. Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying
Keep
now.
the
Yeah,
trolls out this bitch.
yeah, the
But
blue wrench.
everything good up in there. I just, you know what I'm saying, just for the future. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. But yeah,
Oh,
though.
you
But
talking
I
about
say,
in the YouTube chat?
Yeah. I don't know if you got
Hold
the
on,
chat pulled up.
yeah, I got it pulled up. I got you. I didn't know what you was talking about. Let me
No
see.
doubt. Go ahead. I don't mean to
You
interrupt
on
y'all.
there? Yeah, where
but
you
yeah,
at? Real
though.
quick on the chat.
I
Put a
like the
message
Coyote
in.
ass
Put a
a little
message
bit though.
in.
I like the Coyote ass a little bit when he
I got
fought
you. I
Freddie
got you.
Roach and
I
shit.
got you.
But Tabiti gonna beat his ass. I think Tabiti goes. I don't know if he go. Yeah, he gonna stop him because Coyote. I don't know how long it been since Coyote been in a fight.
Nah, he
But
fought
sometimes
recently.
I'm
I
most
trying
of
to
think.
get
these
you. I'm trying to
fights,
get you. I'm have to go in that bitch on live. Give me 1 minute. They
yeah,
won't let
sometimes
me
motherfuckers
do it
be
on the
fighting. We just don't
motherfucking.
even know they fighting though. They be fighting on the low.
No
Hold
doubt.
on,
Don't trip,
baby.
bro.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure it out. I can't do it from my phone. That's why I was on my chat on my phone. I can do it from there.
Oh, you're on
There we
your
go.
phone. Yeah, you got to do it from a desktop. I thought you was on a
I'm
desktop.
on
My
the
fault.
desktop right now. I'm on. I got one open.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one open. Yeah, y'all can finish. Go ahead. I'm trying to pull this shit up. My computer acting
Go
bitch.
ahead, Monty.
There we
I
go.
didn't
I
mean to
got
interrupt
you.
you, bro.
Oh no, I was just talking about Latif Coyote ass. Like I liked it when he was training with Freddie Roach and shit, but I just don't think I don't think he gonna have shit coming with Andrew Tabiti. He's just too young. Coyote been out for a while. I think the speed gonna be too much for his
There you
ass.
go.
Hell yeah.
I got you. Yep, you go. You got the wrench. Yeah. I said, yeah, he's there. Tabidi a good fighter, man. I really do. I like him a
Yeah.
lot. He just got bad backing, dog. He got bad backing. But but yeah, man. I'm about to talk about
We talking about
But yeah,
Paulie and
man.
Tarver, man. We
Your
saying
boy
Paulie
Cali
ass.
just
Yeah,
came in.
man. Oh damn, he came in mad late.
Hella late. Nigga, like
What's going on,
how you say in
Kelly?
Cali, nigga, you hella late.
Yeah. I
Damn,
can't even be
Kelly
long. I'm
came.
chilling with my girl, so I'm just want to chop it up with y'all just for a little brief period, man. Cause that's why I couldn't
Oh yeah,
come
we
in because
talking
I'm
about
at my girl
Joshua.
place.
Yeah, we had Oh yeah, you get to the bathroom going through a medicine cabinet. Don't do it.
Nah, man, I'm sitting up in there. I'm here in the living room.
Hey Joshua, and we talking about Joshua and the $50 million deal. With Wilder. Want to get your short piece? This Cali Enigma. One of my brothers. Go ahead and follow Follow that channel.
Hey, real quick,
Should have just had
TVC
Angel come
man.
in too.
Y'all
He's in
about
the
to
chat.
close out? Okay.
Hey, TVC, real quick, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a roll, man, but I appreciate you having me on your
Hold on.
platform,
Say
Doc.
something.
Yeah, tell them where to find you at real quick.
Hey, y'all, appreciate y'all, man.
You too, brother.
BlackHorsePromotions.com.
You
Hold on.
too.
And
Tell them
if
where
y'all
to
not
find you at.
subscribed, man, if y'all ain't subscribed, man, y'all go ahead and subscribe. I go live as well. Hit the notification bell. I usually go live Monday through Friday, somewhere between 11 and 1 around lunch hour. So if y'all on lunch break, man, y'all can check us out. We got the UGCs, the Underground Click. Shout out to the LDBC. And shout out to
Hey,
CBC, man.
shout out to ANSBC too, bro. That's a new movement.
No doubt, man. Shout out to you, Monty, and everybody. IOTBA. You know what I'm saying? I like his. I'm on Facebook with him. Matter of fact, it's that shit fire, man. So if
Hey,
y'all
what's the
get a
name of your
chance,
YouTube channel, bro? I'm gonna go subscribe. If I probably already subscribed. But
well, my Facebook page is Black Horse Promotions, so you can find me on there. But I was saying, what's the one
YouTube.
that was on? What was the one that was just on a little while ago?
Full Colossal Boxing Talk.
No, the other one.
Corey, IOBCA.
Correct. Yeah. See, I
Oh,
know him as IOTBA. He got the Facebook shit. He added me to the group, and that group is fire, man. So you know what I mean. Y'all could just do y'all YouTube shit and post it on there. It'd be a lot of people on there. So that's how a lot of people be seeing my stuff on there because I post in his Facebook group a lot. But shout out to him too, man. I didn't know he got off. But yeah,
yeah.
man. But yeah, y'all subscribe, man. You know what I'm saying. I'll be posting quite a bit. You know what I mean. But I appreciate you, man. Having me on the platform. Let me get out of here though.
Oh yeah,
Just to
appreciate it,
say
man.
real quick though, like I said, Anthony Joshua, man, it's so just expected, man. That Town brought it up today, but I have been saying it that that Matchroom looking to sign a big mega network deal. So that's what's going on. So just to give you
What
guys that's why the deal's been held up. They're trying to
network
sign
deal
with
with who?
HBO.
With HBO? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, they already working with HBO, so yeah, they gonna make it happen.
Yeah, we was talking about possibly Dominic Brazil. Um, you know,
Brazil,
possibly sign the Matchroom.
right? He gonna get in somewhere, and he gonna get some step aside money. He gonna get a nice paycheck.
Oh, I think Dominic Brazil definitely gonna do it the way he was kissing Eddie Hearn's ass the other day.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, buck dancing ass nigga, man. Buck dancing ass.
Yeah, he gonna use.
All right,
Like I say,
I'm gonna go ahead.
Eddie gonna use him as a smoke
Go
screen.
ahead.
That's it. Now, that's it. I'm
Yeah, we're
done.
gonna go ahead. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Money Brown, tell them where they can find you at.
Y'all can find me at Monty Brown TV on Instagram at Monty _ the writer and on Facebook at Monty Brown. This that we got a movement going to ANSBC. Ain't nobody say boxing community. We drown out
All right, go
all the
ahead.
suckers, and it's just like that.
And Jarrell, let them know where they can find you at.
You can find me here, Colossal Boxing Talk CBT, Twitter, Colossal CBT, Facebook, Jarrell Jasper, JE, not JA. Shout out to my guys at the movement. Shout out to everybody up on here with tonight. First time, linking up with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it. Look to do more shows down the line.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make this a Sunday thing around this time, maybe a little bit earlier if we can. Hey, I did that thing for you, Drill, but I got a little problem to get at you with that.
All
The
right.
brother Trey X, tell them where they can find you at.
Oh shit, man! I ain't even really making videos right now, but I
Man, you need to
appreciate you
start
for
making
having me.
videos right now, then, nigga. You need to start making.
I
Go
don't
subscribe to Trey
even know
X.
how to do all that, bro. But I appreciate
Man,
you for having
I'm
me
gonna
on.
show you how to do all that, man. You're gonna be making videos, nigga.
I bet. Yeah, I
My nigga gonna be
appreciate
making
you.
videos, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, man. Shit, it was good to meet all the brothers that was on the panel, you know what I'm saying, including the ones that left. And said, yeah, me and you, CJ, we had gotten into a little dispute on Corey's channel. But when I went back and listened to that shit, you actually had made a good point. I just didn't understand what you were saying at the time. I was like, all right,
Oh yeah,
that's
because you
what's
got
up,
Corey
man.
in there. He be in there wild though. I'm gonna have him on
Yeah,
too. We
he
gonna
in
try to
there
make this a weekly
instigating.
thing.
He in there
Hell yeah, that
instigating shit.
nigga.
Yeah, but appreciate all the people that came out to listen and shit too, you know what I'm saying? I hope you have me back on again, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. Cali nigga, gonna show them what tell them where they can find you at. We gonna have you on a little bit earlier the next time though.
Oh no, man! I'll go ahead. Colossal, go ahead.
No,
No, go
you
ahead.
up,
No,
you
go
up,
ahead
you
and
up.
tell them where they can find you at.
Oh, you can find me at the Cali Enigma or the same handle on Twitter, Instagram, and just Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And go ahead and say something. Go ahead, babe. I'm so sorry. you ain't gonna go. So you ain't gonna say nothing now over there being and acting hella funny. That's the reason why I couldn't get on.
And then
You got over there,
hey,
buddy.
and then
First
he
of all,
hey,
first of
go
all,
ahead.
you're lucky that I even let you get on, because Lady
You
Callie
hear
is not
that?
standing for
You
all of
hear
this.
that? She over
Yeah,
there
you better be. She
trying to
let you
talk.
get on, nigga. Yeah, thanks for letting him get on for these last few minutes. We definitely appreciate having you and him on here. But yeah, hey Cali, hey Jarrell, Cali Enigma asked Demetrius Andrade about fighting Shevchenko. He passed the motherfucking thing up on Instagram. That shit was funny.
Oh shit, I'm about to check it out. I'm gonna make sure I go subscribe and shit. You know that motherfucker Andre, the funny nigga. I done interviewed that nigga. That nigga, he be all over the place, man. Yeah, that's my guy though. I fucks with
Yeah, he
that
talked
nigga.
about
Yeah,
everything but
man.
boxing though, except actually
Exactly,
getting in
bro.
the ring.
Exactly, man. Exactly. That's my guy though.
All right. Yeah, I fuck with him still. All right, I'm about to end it. Jarrell, I'm gonna inbox you about that thing. I want to let you think I left you out. But CBC and more, thanks for subscribing, sharing. We on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, same handle. We gone.
Yeah.
Spit.
Gone.